All right, welcome. Welcome. We have one of the very exciting Megatational matches here for A Link to the Past Ladder, sponsored by the one, the only Dunka, who is actually here to be able to watch Zelga and Tam. I am actually more than privileged to be able to be joined by a Dunka himself, being able to commentate Zelga versus Tam. Dunka, how's it going, sir?
Oh, the pleasure is all mine. Welcome, everybody.
So Dunka, I heard that you are the main ladder dude. So you have created ladder. How many seasons have we done this now? 20 some seasons. It's been a lot.
21.
20. That's see that is a lot of ladder seasons. And did you? And I would like to further think that actually this Hundo Keysanity mode. Isn't this your baby? You made this.
This is one that we were pushing for 3 seasons for.
Three whole. that I don't know how long a trimester is. That sounds like a very yes, a healthy baby ready to be popping. Okay, we're already
healthy baby boy.
yeah, okay. By the way, we've already found a lot of stuff so far. So Zelga and Tam taking pretty divergent routes. Zelga found a glove in the Lost Woods mushroom spot. And Tam, I guess we found a lot of bombs, which is good resources.
Did you see what that was on the ledge?
I did not, sadly.
He was really fast with that, and I was looking, and it almost.
I was
like
also looking.
It looked like it was something with a handle. That's why I asked.
Oh, I see. Okay. Okay, well, so the good news is that we have to go get that item. When you say it's Hundo keys, I believe it is not just about getting all the keys, although we do need all the keys. It is about literally everything. Do you see that counter in the upper right-hand corner, Duncan? It says 2 out of 216. How many more checks do you think we need to finish this game?
I'm just gonna guess on this one. They're both at 3 of 216. Some math. They probably need about 90 more.
Not only. Oh, great, perfect. Okay, you know what? I know that both Tam and Zelga are super efficient. Surely they can make 90 look like 213. These guys have been playing since God knows how long, actually. Actually, well, I guess I'm not sure when Tam's origin is, but I think Zelga is certainly one of the original people. I think maybe. Yeah, at least probably 2017, maybe 2018. I have to go double check the. But I mean, absolute just fixtures of this community. I would say Zelga is probably more. I don't really know if you can get more people specialize in modes. I guess when you think of Zelga, you certainly think of cross keys. You think of any type of keys. Zelga is certainly very, very strong in. So being able to efficiently full clear the game is something that he is good at. Tam, I would probably say, is more recently known for more glitch stuff. I'm glad that you're here, Dunka, because if Tam does any glitches, I believe you know where the hammer is. Oh, the metaphorical hammer.
Yes.
Not the little hammer.
Yeah, well, yeah. I think they'll be fine there. Speaking of not being a hammer, it was just confirmed that that was not the hammer on the ledge.
It could be a hammer. Have you ever used a shovel as a hammer?
I was gonna say, it could be.
Actually, that's true. We could, in fact, dig up the hammer. That would actually be a very interesting hammer, actually, if it was in the dig spot, because I think that would require a lot of stuff, right?
That would require some things. That would require some things that I know they don't want to have to do right away, that they would love to be able to do in about 2 hours instead of doing early on.
Right, that's true. Yeah, and I do think that while Zelga and Tam are still very efficient, there's really only so much they can probably do in order to, I guess, get all the checks, right? Like you still have to go through however many all the chest openings, right? All of the screen transitions and all that stuff. It's just hard to kind of efficiently cut that stuff out. We have a big heated desert. That's actually pretty cool. We have a glove as well. We have a bow. I am ready, Dunka. Just give me the lamp and give me the book.
Do you notice they haven't skipped anything?
I have in fact noticed. You know what? They skipped the heart piece here on the library. I think it's understandable though because Zelga doesn't have any boots.
It would be difficult for them to pull that one down. Do you notice they're even blind race game didn't even bother looking?
That's true. This is the efficiency. You don't why would you scout anything? In the normal game when it's not Hundo, right? You scout it into the CCAC if you actually need the item. You need this item, okay? The answer is always yes.
Yes, you do. You need that? Yes, you do.
Yes. Oh, well, we definitely need. We got a lot of good things here in Kakariko. Okay, like we got a hook shot as well, I
Get
think.
some stuffs, yeah.
Yeah. By the way, thank you. Where did you find these great trackers? I mean, these guys are like amazingly accurate and prompt.
They're very fast. Do you notice how fast they are?
They
It's
are. It's
like,
almost as if they know, like, they can read like memory
it's
from like
amazing. It's so cool how that works. I actually I signed them off the street, but they were mime performers, and unfortunately they were looking for work, and because mimes are they're not they're one of those professions that you really need them, except when you do not care to have them. And so now here they are today, and
Yeah,
they're doing our tracking for us.
well, I mean, I think it sounds like this is a win-win situation for everybody, right? You know, the
I
mimes
know.
get, jobs, and I'm now curious to see what kind of streets you live on because I've not encountered mimes in my normal day-to-day occurrences here.
Yeah, no, anyway,
That's right. Okay, okay. So we got a cape. Oh, it looks like we're gonna probably do South Shore for the time being. We also got a smoky hair from the back of Escape on Zelga's side. I mean, don't be sad. Tile room can't get any slower in really anything. So you just have to do it. And maybe it'll potentially even have something good. At least we can't do it immediately. Oh, we can't. We don't have access up there, obviously, but we also don't have a fire source. One of those things where you feel kind of silly about trying to get up to Hera basement and do it when you don't have fire. That is something that people I think have encountered before. It's not a great feeling. Yeah, and I think part of the most challenging part of this mode is okay. Like, yeah, we talk about efficiency, and yeah, like when these guys really like boots, on the let's say before the 100 check mark, or versus after, et cetera, et cetera. But one of the things you gotta really go against your muscle memory is that you have to go pick up literally everything. We got kind of lucky so far. All of these kind of items that we've seen so far, like on ledges, like maze race, we're definitely gonna need. Your instincts are to, okay, well, especially in keys, I don't know what that is. Let me go get it. If that was a heart piece, we have this many Molten Caves insane, by the way. We got a mirror and
that's a really good cave.
and gloves. I mean, does this game not know how to take a break? Because I think in the first, like, are we in go mode yet?
Well, we will need the boots because we got to pick up that heart piece, so we're not technically in go.
Okay, that's true. That's true. The fact that the shovel is on a lumberjack does make me think that we will potentially get boots before the 215th check.
I would hope so. And just think about that in advance. You see a fetch quest on there in a mode where you need to get every single item. How bad of a feeling is that?
Very, very not uncomfortable.
Because you guess you don't want to do that. You don't ever want to do that.
True. Yeah, I mean, yes. Well, I mean, so some people, I will say, maybe sees a shovel in a slightly different light, because maybe it brings them luck, it gives them infinite resources, especially when you get them first dig. But we should not bring this up to Tam, though, because I believe Tam has not had similar luck with the shovel. But I will say, for those other people that are more fortunate, with these hammer look-alike weaponry, like they would probably be more prompt to go do these checks. Speaking of, Dunka, okay, so I have to ask, in Hundo anything, was there, like, what was the likelihood of you potentially having this be able to start with boots or pseudo boots?
We thought about it, because again we've been toying with this one forever.
3 whole seasons. That is forever. Yeah.
It was 3 seasons, yeah, and then most of that was technology, and then there was the issue with the flag that the 100% locations, or what was the bug originally? I can't remember what the bug was.
Yeah, well, that's right. It's 100% location, even 100% image locations. You can still have self-locking keys. Yeah,
it was exactly. It was self-locking keys. We found that out almost immediately. But we decided, you know what? Guess what? They're gonna check everything anyway, so it's like they'll find the boots.
Right.
I'm sure they'll find the boots. In hindsight, maybe not the best idea.
Oh, all right, okay. I'm glad, that we at least have some. Okay, so for next time, the retrospective is that we could start. In 2024, I heard, it's a whole new year.
It is a new
lots
year.
lots of new modes that have 2044 tags on them, do start with at least pseudo boost. Maybe Hundo Keysanity 2024, could start with at least pseudo boost. Just
It's
saying,
possible. It's possible. And if it were to start with boots, it would almost guaranteed to be pseudo boots.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that's actually very fair. I mean, like pseudo boots. I mean, initially I think it was made to be like a nice, like logic versus speed compromise, right? People hated starting boots because they didn't want to, they still wanted to work out the boots logic. You can't get stuff on torches, can't get bonk rocks, all that fun stuff. Hey, look, we have our Dark World access already. It's our Pearl. Zelda has hit a pretty good route so far. I mean, it's Tam is literally just like one.
Oh yeah, they're just checking.
I
mean, consider they have to check everything anyway. And it's kind of one of those things. Wait, see, oh, he doesn't have fire source. Yeah, I was like, he's leaving. Okay, but yeah, that makes total sense.
Yeah.
You said that like 2 minutes ago.
Well, I was also distracted by the Thief's compass that was in the map chest. So it's very, very important. But but I think actually this might be a little bit better for Tam if they're going to try and do all of these slipper checks. I mean, if you have if you can give a lamp or a fire rod, suddenly the Hera basement looks a lot nicer. The whole point of this mode is also many points of this mode, but you want to try and minimize the number of times you go into an area like multiple times. Right? We have money and we have a cane. Do we have Zorlo?
Especially done. He's gonna be a little short. He's
okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, definitely not enough.
Yeah, especially dungeons. In testing this mode, and I played it a few times when it was last season. Every time you double dip a dungeon, it's really painful, and every time you triple dip a dungeon, you just want to smash your foot into the wall or into the door a couple of times. And it's very, very painful. It's like stepping on Legos painful.
Oh, okay. I'm really glad you put that in because like my feet now hurt already just by listening to that statement. I would prefer to not do that. I also don't know if I can count to 3. Like it's like once you've already trying to go back into the area for the 3rd time, my mind already has like glazed over. At that point, it's like it doesn't exist anymore. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, it is a very painful experience, especially when you finish the seed and you realize that, oh, I lost by 1 minute because I double dipped or triple dipped pod or something like that.
Oh yeah, no, that's terrible. All right, well, was potentially of one maybe double dip. All right, so
I was just gonna say, speaking of double dipping dungeons, that you definitely don't want to double dip.
Yeah. So I mean, like, okay, so I have also heard from some cross keys or like keys runners is that if you like they would not like to go into Thieves Town. At least do the back without the Thieves Town small key. Now the hammer is kind of another, like wrinkle of it. Obviously, you need the small key and you need the hammer in order to get the big chest. But without the small key, like, and technically it's not quite in logic, just yet, like the back, right? So, or at least, sorry, 2 checks in the back, right, out of the 4. So it's like, do you want to do it right now? Like for your time versus value, proposition. Maybe it's okay to just do the front 4 and then leave, But we'll see. We'll see what how frisky these Zelga or Tam want to be.
Yeah, it's
that's quite a position in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, with that being said, like the game could very well force it, but it's still quite a position to take.
Oh, it could totally force, and it usually does. But at the same time, it's kind of one of those things. Speaking, there's a Hera.
Okay. Well,
yeah, speaking of double dipping, he's got to double dip this, which means this is a potential triple dip in our future.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Well, actually, I mean, so you actually don't have like the Hera big keep, right? I mean, so all of Hera, at least the upstairs, is all in logic. So like, would you just go back?
With mirror, I mean, I don't think you skip this, right? You have to go back. The good thing is that you've already got the hook shot. You can Hera pot. You're still going to get all the items up front. Doing the basement, considering you have to come back here at some point anyway for GT, you can just mirror and just do it then. It's not like it's a big time loss or anything. What would suck is if there is progression.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, yeah, that's the part. It's very, very painful. I mean, you can try and be, I don't know if it's like greedy or efficient. I don't know which side of the coin you want to, try and balance on that. But yeah, you're absolutely right in that if you can efficiently basically just make Hera like your last dungeon, right? Before or after GT, right? Like that's great. The problem is that, if you need something in Hera before you can do that for the end game, then you're not, you're going to be very sad.
Yeah, so Zelga here is Oh, he's picking up the random item up here. I wonder what it is. Oh, look at him go! He needed those bombs.
See, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I mean, he didn't even have overcapacity, you know.
No, of course not. He was sitting at 6 bombs. You need at least 8 bombs to continue.
Yeah, at least 8. And think about, you know, right now we're swordless. I did see that they picked up a Swamp Small. I mean, and you know, I guess Tam got flippers from presumably South Shore or somewhere, because I did see them do that. But you know, if you need to go into Swamp Palace, you know, without a sword to go kill Argus, I'm just saying those bombs are going to be pretty important.
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally. You can never have enough bombs.
By the way, thanks for not including the capacity upgrades as part of Hundo. That would be very tedious.
Oh, that would be
I am
so
glad.
bad. Oh my
that you
god,
did not
how
do
bad
that.
would that be?
Terrible, actually.
Oh,
Actually,
that's
were you,
oh my god.
yeah. Were you around for like, I think there was a couple tournaments ago, like main tournaments ago or something, where like, or the rando like had the capacity upgrades as like part of the item pool? Is that right?
Oh, that was totally. Yeah, it used to be part of it.
Okay.
+5 and +5s.
Yeah. Okay. So
Oh, that's way old. Yeah, that's way old.
It seemed like I don't know when I remember seeing those, like those were it just seemed like all the C's were very much easier, I guess, because you didn't even have to worry about resource management anymore. You know, you just know that at some point you're gonna pick up another capacity upgrade, and that'll just get you to full arrows or bombs or whatever, and then plus whatever like the additional capacity you were already able to carry.
Oh yeah. That was it was a different time. Look at that, both keys for desert. Now they're gonna be forced to go in there without boots.
Yeah, I mean, without boots. I mean, without a fire source is what I.
Or without a fire source too.
Now, I think. Well, okay. I'm hoping that the fire source is going to be the lamp, because right now I'm kind of looking at the damage output, or you know, the offensive ability for both Zelga and Tam, and I do not see any other item of weaponry that they could use other than that bow. I would absolutely be thrilled if Hundo Keysanity somehow magically forced, in this case, our bow lambos on them. That would be amazing.
You absolutely love that, don't you?
I mean, you know, especially if you can get Zelga to do this. I mean, he says that he does an MG run like once a year or something. I think he already, you know, got it over with earlier in January. But you know, 2024 is just on the horizon. You know, you got to practice at least a little bit.
Can he carry that over?
It's a good question. We'll have to ask it. You know, yeah, we'll have to ask.
Yeah,
maybe
I
he
mean,
can do so many.
Close.
Yeah,
It's
you're
so
right.
close.
Yeah. Now, certainly not saying that, you know, if Tam, you know, does bow lambos, it's not going to be any less exciting. I would just say that Tam has probably done more than one NMG run a year.
I mean, I haven't ran an NMG run in, I think, 4 years now. No, actually, I think this is 5. I think this is 5.
Oh, wow.
Because I was at my old place, and I've been here for just over 4 years now. So,
that's a very interesting metric. I had to remember.
Yes, yeah, and it'd be almost exactly 5 years. I'm pretty sure it was the end of December. So yeah, it's been almost 5 years since.
New Year's resolution, Dunka? Anything about NMG? Nope.
No, my New Year's resolution is to make it to 6.
Oh well, okay. Well, that seems pretty easy.
I think I can do it.
So far, yeah.
I think I'll make it.
All right. By the way, you know, good on, you know, Zelga and Tam. I don't even think I saw either of them scout the floating island. You know, again, you know, it doesn't take very much. You know, it does take time. However, you know, it's going against the. It's really embracing yourself into the, you know, Hundo mindset, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I don't know. You almost feel dirty. You almost feel dirty doing it. It's just like, oh god, I gotta pick this up, and I gotta pick that up, and
okay.
You're gonna see a compass. You're gonna see a compass sitting on like a pyramid ledge, and you're like, god damn it, I gotta get this too.
Yeah, that's true. That you know, that is actually very true. You know, you know, people talking about like fluffing, you know, like the collection rate or your pickup rate. You know, like this is at least required, at least. Zelga, okay, doing a pretty good job actually. You know, getting through Dark Cross. With looks like actually bomb. Again, this is why he picked up the 3 bombs from Floating Island. You know, you need at least 8. He's exactly what he did. All right, but looks like Tam has decided to. Yeah. Oh, right. We have a cape from Link's house. We can get. Does he have a Castle Tower key? Oh, he does.
Not.
He does. Ooh, interesting. Okay, this is actually kind of interesting then, because I mean, you know, you talk about efficiency, right? Like you're here at Hyrule Castle, like. getting through the first out of 2 chests of Castle Tower. I don't know. You know, like I think
yeah.
some people.
I mean, it's one of those things. He's just
Oh, but you know what? Zelga's a
seriously
genius because see, this is why Zelga is in the Megatational, and basically 1 week away from finals. How does he do it? I don't know.
no, he didn't go back into to Hera. Can't do that. Can't possibly do that. But I'll just do this one check where I need 2 items to finish this, and then there's another item behind.
And it's the flu. That is
sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes these guys make me sick.
Only sometimes though. Right?
I couldn't make that play in 100. And now he's not even turning it in.
He has a mirror. It looks like. I think. Right?
I know
he's probably
does.
Gonna do
you know what he's not gonna do? You know what he's not gonna do? Oh.
I think he's going in.
Oh.
I think he's going in. All right.
Bless my heart.
Okay, well, you know, after all of the trash talk you just gave Zelga, you know, look at he's trying to curry your favor. Zelga.
Well, he does have the big.
I think he heard you.
He does have the big key.
Okay. Yes, that is true. But he's going all the way to the middle of the key chest. I mean, you know, again, like this is, you know, this. I think Zelga knows that you are the sponsor of the Megatational. By the way, the best name of the tournament, of any tournament name I've heard so far to date in Brando.
Yes. Yeah.
So yes.
We will continue to attempt to improve the names.
I'm ready. Gigatational. I mean, it's gonna be great. All right, what do you think we're gonna find in Skullwoods here, Dunka? This is your home.
Okay,
right?
I just gotta come out and say it. Never skip Skullwoods doesn't necessarily apply for Keysanity.
Oh, ooh, okay. Oh, well, hello. This is very interesting. Okay.
Well, the problem is that the numerical reasons, the statistical reasons for going into Skullwoods early, unfortunately doesn't really apply with keys. Just because the whatever abnormality there is, just unfortunately doesn't apply when those small keys can be delivered.
Interesting. Okay, so maybe it's like the I don't know, the fill algorithm or like the placement algorithm is just slightly different. Okay.
It's yeah, because it doesn't have the proper junk items. Zelga, you're gonna have a problem here.
He is on blue mail. I think he can still survive this if he.
Oh, there you go.
Yes. Oh.
What?
Okay.
Well. Oh, come on. Well, okay. I guess the book wasn't super important here to get access to the book.
I don't know if he would have been tempted to actually go back to go check pedestal for what is. I mean, we do have to pull it eventually because yes, pedestal does count as a check. That being said, though, if he knows it's a pet seed, I don't know if it'll give him more.
I can't imagine.
Like, information.
I can't imagine. That would be baffling. Unless it says there's something on there. Then he'll absolutely check.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, Donka! You know, I know you already gave out your disclaimers about.
Yeah,
it's not. Yeah, but you know what? This goal was looking pretty dang loaded. Right?
You remember that whole thing you're talking about? How you wanted them to do like NMG style? It's not gonna happen.
I need my emote. I need the used wrong bow emote. I'm also incredibly sad and by Skullwoods. Okay, so this is why we always skip Skullwoods. Okay, all right. I hope you understand that it's just terrible. Like look at what the terrible equipment that they have to now use. For Lamolas.
Speaking of good items to get there, that was a good one right there because that ensures no double dip of swamp.
Oh yeah. Any of the big keys that you are not required to beat the dungeon. It's like Ice Big Key, which I already have. Skullwoods Big Key. Skullwoods Big Key was kind of nice, but yeah, specifically that Swamp Big Key is very, very nice to have. Swamp takes forever to get in.
I just realized, wait, Tam doesn't have the big. Where's the big key after this?
Mountain? No, Tam already went to the mountain.
Tam's done mountain. I believe he cleared everything he could. He did not go into Hera.
Right.
Oh wait, no.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is
no, they did.
Yeah, he did. He just didn't track it.
Right, because the pearl wasn't Hera.
Correct. Yeah, he had to have been. Right. Yeah, where was that? What has Zelga done that Tam didn't? It's not gonna matter very much. You got to come back here and it's like this is a guaranteed double dip anyway because you got to think of that. So
Yeah, that's actually probably true. And also like in order to get the tablets, we have no swords
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's
anywhere.
not like you can do anything with it anyway, so it's not like a huge deal.
Mhm.
That being said, he has. If there's something important in desert, let's say, now Tam has no way of getting in there. Where
Oh
Zelga has
yeah.
2.
That's true. Yeah.
Wow,
Oh
look at
yeah.
him.
Actually, yeah. See Tam. Like it's just going up and grabbing
He
that
needs
thing
this
there.
heart. He wants this heart. He
Yes.
needs it.
That's right. For multiple reasons. Forget all the instances where Tam has done like spoiler, on like 3 hearts green mail on everything. This is, Tam has decided to, take a little bit easier, in their Rado career after such stressful, previous instances.
Oh, that heart's gonna play later. That heart's gonna play.
Oh yeah.
Like he's gonna be to a point where he's got like 1 heart left, and we're all gonna remember that saved his ass.
Just like Sinkheart, except his bumper ledge heart.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe Skull was Big Key was actually in the front of Escape, because Zelga did that, right?
That could have been
And
that.
not...
Yeah, that's one thing he has not done. Correct. That has to be where it is.
Right, and then of course Zelga being the genius that he is, apparently, because
What a sack!
included
What a sack!
Oh my gosh! In the Skull was in the
Zelga, I'm not. If he was listening right now, I would. Dude, you're a sack sometimes.
Zelga, I think he is. Has he? Okay, I'm trying to think how many times he's actually been like number one on the like ladder lifetime global.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, he's been there a few times. I don't know who is right now. It's not. I mean, it's not like we don't have the ability to check in like 10 seconds. But I'm not gonna.
Yeah, well, I mean, and also like it's Zelga's so good at this game. It's like so many like. I can't like list off basically how many like near titles or basically I think he actually has like full titles from ladder, right?
Yeah, let me. You know what? I lied. I did look. He is actually number 2 right now. You want to guess who it is? Without looking.
Gamma.
It is Gamma.
Okay, see. Like there are maybe some things that are maybe like easier to predict than others.
It's really
but, I mean,
close.
The fact that,
3 points. 3.
Oh, that's it. Oh.
Yeah. I would love. You know what? They don't. I don't remember. You know what? Let me take a look. Because tell me if something happens. I'm gonna take a look and see the last time these 2 actually played on ladder because I think it's.
Oh, Zelga for sure. I think has played on ladder like recently. He still tries to catch basically every single cross keys one that he is able to make. I believe I saw him play 1 mystery ladder as of recently because I believe that there was maybe a ladder megatational thing that he might have been thinking that he needed to play mystery
maybe
about.
Practicing for just a little bit.
Yeah, just a practice run.
So they have played this year, but it's been a while. It was back in May. They did a spoiler opening.
Oh, nice.
So that was the last time they played each other on ladder.
I mean, depending on maybe how this week goes, right? It could actually, in fact,
it could definitely happen next week.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we'll know tomorrow. All 4, the last 4 matches are. We're gonna know.
Yeah, actually, that's true. Right, so Zelga and Gamma for sure are gonna play tomorrow at 3 p.m. I think, and they're playing Veterans. Yeah, Veterans.
That's right. I forgot they haven't played this week yet, so they're gonna.
Right. Yes. Cannot wait. Yeah, actually, this entire weekend basically is gonna be. It's just like chock full of really good races.
Yeah. So it's funny that one the match between those 2 is the one that we will not be restreaming, unfortunately, this weekend because they happened to schedule it during a Bears game, and it's difficult to do.
Believe that these people who don't live in Chicago, right, would how dare like schedule
something that is going on in
Chicago.
You should know better. You should just know better. That looked like Quake.
That looks like Bombos.
Was it Bombos? Okay, I was barely looking.
You know who really knows how to like we're able to catch that? The mimes that we're tracking.
Yeah. Hey, guess what? They were
at that.
Right on top of that. Good job. But yeah, speaking of scheduling, good news is we do have another match that we are going to be streaming tonight.
Okay, you can make it.
I can get this one because my other plans were recently canceled. So.
Perfect. I'm sorry about your other.
No. I don't miss it. It's totally fine. I'm totally cool with it. It's
okay. Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I was kind of actually looking forward to that. So yeah, looking forward to being canceled.
That sounds like every event that I sign up for. It's the one I look for, or like any like real life like social event. It was like okay, this doesn't sound so bad when someone asks me, or like okay, this sounds so bad when I it's like 3 weeks or something in advance, and then when it comes, I think the most
It's
thing I
always
look
good when
forward
it's
to.
like, do you want to do something tonight? Do
Cancel.
you want to do something maybe tomorrow afternoon? But do you want to do something in January? There's the difference there.
Oh yeah.
But yes, no. So we are going to have that second match tonight, which is going to be
okay.
that's inverted cross keys, and that'll be Gamma and Tam. So depending on how this one ends up finishing out, we actually might know some information. Even
True.
still.
Yeah, actually, that's actually a good point because so Tam already played Telethar, and I believe Tam took was Fat Keys, right?
That was Fat
something
Keys, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So then, yeah. So Tam, I think took a loss over Telethar,
Yes.
and then depending on this case, what happens between Tam and Zelga, we're gonna see what ends up happening.
Okay, I got a comment on this. Is that the fact that if I guess it depends on where that key was at, but did you notice there was a Castle Tower key here in Desert? I guarantee you, there's gonna be nothing in that second chest because he's not gonna go back.
Not until probably the end.
Probably the end. Yeah.
Yeah. Man, I mean, imagine let's say like triple, like of all dungeons to do. I mean, like I guess there's some that are more painful than others, but
speaking of diving things.
Yeah. Well, we're here without a hammer, without a sword. Is Tam ready for this? I'm kind of look. Oh, we have silvers. Okay, we can take down Argus.
He's not gonna get very far here, so he can obviously he can get past
Specky, right?
Yeah. I guess theoretically you don't need hammer.
This is an amazing. All right, go Tam, go. I mean,
this is great actually.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, and we got silvers for phase 1 and we got silvers for phase 2. I think Tam is gonna be able to full clear out this dungeon. This is awesome.
Yeah, so this
Thank
is
you, Specky.
Yeah, this is one of those things that I don't think we've seen Specky make such a huge impact in a race so far in this Megatational.
Yeah, and the thing is actually really efficient, right? So far, I think Tam walked everything down from like village. So we're hammerless, right? So they walked the purple chest down, kept their portal, and here we are. You know, it's a pain in order to basically get into swamp to get down to Hype Cave without the hammer. So I think they're just. I mean, this is great, honestly.
This is fantastic. I love everything about this.
Oh, this is so good. Meanwhile, Zelga here, you know, probably trying to like stay in logic or something, you know, going to these like, you know.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
Okay, all right, that's probably fair.
Yeah, this is this is really, especially if there's something good in here, because Tam he's been just behind every major pull up to this point, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now this is interesting too. I don't know if you've noticed. So he's doing this a little bit backwards, because he flooded the key, which then he'll come back and he'll get it on the way back.
Oh yeah,
he has to do this way. It's interesting routing. I mean, it makes sense. It totally makes sense because you don't need to pick up that key now or later. Do whatever you want.
Yeah, all right. Okay, well, we are finally here on Left Side Swamp. There's a heart piece. I mean, again, all of these things are necessary, right? I mean, so the good news... Yeah, right. Like, yeah, the good news is that, you know, you don't have to make these really, you know, stressful decisions of, you know, do I want to skip left side or not? Because, you know, what if there's nothing here? You know, you do need everything. That's the beauty of being able to just play a nice chill Hundo version. Of course, like the downside is that now you have to, you know, the answer isn't you don't have to do left side swamp. The answer is you have to do left side swamp.
Right. Which I was just reminded in chat, and perfect sense. He doesn't actually need that key because he has the hook shot, and so he just uses the hook shot key. So,
right. Okay.
Because that would make perfect sense, wouldn't it? There's a reason why they are playing.
The Megatational is what is it? We started top 16, right?
16.
We
went down to
ranking?
20, I believe it says. So we had.
Oh jeez. Okay, that's still really, really good.
Yeah, we had a couple of declines and a couple of exclusions. So, but yeah, I think we only made it down to 20. I was expecting it to go a little bit further because I was expecting some people that don't play a lot of these modes to decline. But here we are.
Yeah. Actually, that is true because I think that some people, I kind of want to say like you know, like again, people not necessarily like have like mode mains or whatever, you know, but there's certainly, you know, some modes that they play certainly much more frequently than others, right? And some people just don't like some of the other modes,
Yeah,
right? Like
exactly.
more
That's what I was
variety ones.
expecting, right?
Yeah, yeah. And so if you just play one season's worth or like, you know, a few modes a lot, right? You can certainly climb your way up to leaderboard very well or very easily. But then again, you know, it may not necessarily be suited for this type of, you know, like Megatational, you can pick any mode and then
Right.
having to necessarily play some random mode you've never tried before type of thing.
Right, because there is the whole yes, I picked this one mode and I got this mode, but then I also got stuck with something that I don't want to touch with a 30-foot pole.
So, Duncan, tell me what you think about Insanity entrance.
Well, we did have it once. We did have it earlier this.
Amazing, and I don't know if this is like the lawn con, you know, for you, or like you just think you were just like having like the 50th, you know, year vision, you know, for this. So you put Insanity entrance like in ladder, and now it was able to be used right in the Megatational.
Yeah, it was totally planned. I mean, we had this thing planned. Actually, you know what? Hold on. When did we add Insanity entrance? It would have been.
Maybe?
Yeah, did we know about this before then?
Oh my
We
gosh,
might
was it
have
actually planned?
We might have actually known this by then. Okay. Here's a little look inside
All right,
of
okay.
where we are at. So we have season 22 already planned. We know exactly what it's going to be. I've even set up my. I've already set up the preview for it. I know most of the schedule for seasons 22, 23, 24, and 25. And we have our next 2 invitations already set up and stuff.
There are 2 more invitationals coming up, Duncan.
Well,
oh
we basically planned 2024.
Oh, okay. This is like the roadmap. Wow. I mean,
Yeah, we're doing the long
foresight.
One, so.
I mean, I'm just impressed that you can like think about things that are gonna happen like, you know, more than 2 months in advance. You know, that's already an accomplishment as it is.
Well, Herfy and I don't have anything else to talk about. So hey, there's your fire source.
Yeah, that's true. You think Zelga's going to desert now, and use that fire source and the best bow?
I could imagine it's in the future. By the way, just as a heads up, I do have some delicious chicken in front of me. So if you don't hear from me for 30-40 seconds at a time, you know why.
Okay, Dunka. All right. Okay, so tell me about this chicken. How is it prepared, and what accompaniments do you have for this chicken?
So it's pretty basic tonight. This is just baked chicken. And this is pretty typical because I'm not a veggie eater. I don't know if you knew that.
See, my next question was going to be, are the accompaniments green in any you know way, shape, or form? See,
I have mashed potatoes and corn to go with it.
Okay, so white and yellow. Okay,
yeah,
well, those are still colors of the rainbow, I guess. You know,
they're shades of brown. Yes, yellow and brown. Yeah, that is effectively.
You have gravy too. See, that sounds actually very delicious.
Well, I have some buddies that refer to my diet as the brown diet, as most everything I eat is some shade of yellow or brown. So.
Okay, but no like condiments, correct? You know,
no.
Like okay, all right. I think that. See, and you know what? Suddenly, as I was trying to envision dinner. Did you know that Tam and Zelga are actually like going to pod? They just got there very differently.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because Tam, you know, obviously he did his full clear of swamp. He did the fun thing with the hook shot and the silvers. But Zelga doesn't have those flippers yet.
Yeah, where the heck are those flippers?
I think they're right here. Oh wait, no, were they right here? I think they might have been right here.
Oh, you know, you're right. Zelga's gonna be. This guy's gonna be really hilarious. Oh man, Zelga's like, okay, well, I'm glad I took the entirety of the effort, basically, to not do the hospital early, and then having to fake flipper and got hit, and then had to make it over the second time. Actually, pretty cool.
Now, interestingly enough, because it was green pendant in swamp, he also gets to turn green pendant. So, other than the fact that
really
unless Tam gets really lucky and finds a couple of little small keys in here, he's only has to come back for this, and then to eventually do Eastern. So he doesn't have to go back to Sasha for everything. So it's being efficient.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, in fact, actually, like the fact that we still have no hammer so far. I mean, okay, are we gonna be surprised if hammer just kind of shows up here in pod? Probably not.
It'll be right here.
Right here.
Close.
3 bombs. Yeah. Okay. maybe pound some things with some bombs. I don't know. But I mean, well, the fact is though, like if Zelga still has to go back into swamp, right, without the hammer, you know, it's so terrible to go back in there, like in order to get to swamp to begin with. So I think how Tam did this route is very, very good. Just basically one fell swoop over here. So Dunka, I'm looking at these collection rates, and I do see that there's 96 and 94 so far. Where are these boots? Are they going to come before the 100 mark? You think? Do you think boots
they are sitting in somewhere? It's got to be somewhere. Oh, hey, look at that!
Oh my gosh! I think you did call that. There is Dunka's hammer in pod. Who would have thunk it?
I have bad news though, because those boots are not going to be somewhere in here. I think they're going to be. We're going to be waiting a while before those boots show up.
Well, that's really sad news. I mean, but we are getting some good things. We got a sword in pod. We got a hammer in pod. We got a bottle in pod. I believe there is a certain kid that is really craving for attention.
He is. Although he has a heart already. We did happen to check that one.
Oh, that's true. That is true. Actually, Zelga was able to check that. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just hoarding it this time around.
Mhm. I mean, that could be the life-saving heart that these guys need.
They're all life-saving hearts.
True. Unfortunate. Oh, okay. Zelga does have a mirror in this case. I was gonna say, so Zelga did do the bowlock side first. So they're not gonna be able to use that great hammer that Tam found in the back to be able to just kind of hop down. But they do have the hammer, or they have the mirror. So at least
yeah. And did you notice he has 5 small keys?
Yes, that is actually very true.
So he's gonna be able to finish this.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, Zelga doesn't know that quite yet, but yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't know, but he's gonna be very happy in a moment.
I think the best news for Zelga, potentially, I mean also for Tam, because they're kind of in a similar position, is that if the Eastern Palace Big Key shows up, they never have to come back here. Well, minus Zelga having to turn in the green pendant. But if the Eastern Palace Big Key is here, we can actually full clear out Eastern as well.
Well, Tam's not gonna be able to open all the items though. He only has 3 smalls coming into this.
True.
And he had to open the front door because he didn't have the hammer. So he's still missing 2 smalls. Which had to be in those few locations that Zelga's done. Like, I believe one of them was in desert. I'm pretty sure one of them was in the.
Yeah, that's right. Because we were able to get Desert Palace access.
Right.
Yeah,
but there might have been 2 of them. Which logically would make sense, especially if there's something else important to get in pod, which we might find out here in the very near future.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point as well. I did forget in this case that we have to go get all the items. By the way, I mean all the compasses, actually have, I would say, elevated value just because you know exactly how many more checks you need. On the hopefully off chance that if you potentially do forget something, maybe you can't track down that 1 or 2 last checks. If you have to go back to dungeons you've already completed, and you have the compass, you can leave immediately, basically, because in this case how many checks that you have already done. If you can see the whatever 14 out of 14 type of thing.
So it looks like Tam is choosing to just go to the end, which it makes sense. I think it makes a little bit of sense just to finish the dungeon, the hard part first while you're in here. It's not going to get any easier. Yeah.
I mean, right, they have the lamp. I mean, yeah, I guess you can try and wait for boots. I think potentially...
Oh, no!
Tam is so resourceful.
There you go. Luckily... Oh, wow. If you don't have... can you boomerang that from there? I don't know if you can.
I don't...
I honestly do not know if you can.
I assume maybe you can bomb it? Maybe? I don't know if you can. Maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah.
Like, you might be able to boomerang that because you might be able to get around the things, but... Oh, you can... Okay, sounds like you can boom, but you just gotta be careful with it.
Yeah. And I will say that, so we don't know if pod is a pendant or a crystal. I mean, if it's a crystal, great. I think I'm a little thinking maybe the value actually would be a little bit better if it was a pendant, because at least it gives you one more step to pedestal. And so if you don't have to come back necessarily here for this other pendant, you can basically pull it. Ideally, when you go finish Skullwoods.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Oh, it's red mail. Okay, that's coward mail.
It is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Well. At this point, I don't think Tam or Zelga were ever in danger of dying, but I think this kind of
they're fine. Do you notice how many?
Yeah.
They were scared. Do you notice how many hearts they picked up?
I can't believe that they're just, it's no heart piece left behind, type of thing. That's their new campaign. I understand. Sometimes it can be, a little intimidating. I don't know how often these Tam and Zelga have been on Restream. Playing to a larger audience. It can be. You don't want to embarrass yourself. By like taking early death.
The nerves.
It is.
Like, I don't know if they can do Eastern on 10 hearts. I mean, it's Easter.
It's Easter. You know what? We're not gonna see Zelga be doing? Him going into Easter Palace. That Tam is doing right now.
Probably not. I don't think. Yeah. Even though that big key means no Easter.
That you are absolutely correct. In fact, there are multiple emotes, both from at least this season. They were at least appropriately named the spoilers for both Shady and Zelga to express Zelga's disdain for dipping Eastern Palace without the bow and the big key. Now that being said, though, if Tam finds the Eastern big in Eastern, and there's something else here in Eastern,
wow.
that is like,
that would be
I mean,
crazy.
I think that is going to be like that's going to swing something gigantic for Tam.
Like if I'm Tam, excuse me, and I'm in this situation, I'm going in 100% of the time. Because I know Zelga's not.
See, yeah, exactly. See, Zelga literally left after pod, No, not even a second thought. No mirror, no, just save and quit out, and we're gone. Ooh, we found Bombos.
Well, that is required.
Yeah, it gets us into Mire.
Now, unfortunately, Tam doesn't have the flute, which is in an area where he ain't going.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's in that first chest, and Tam does not have that first chest, that key for your castle tower.
True. I'm gonna assume that they're gonna have to go into Castle Tower or like the front of escape sooner rather than later because so the front of escape is what? We got Dark Cross and we have all the front of escape plus at least one check in Castle Tower that they can do. I mean, it seems pretty dense. And
wait, Tam spin? I think Tam did the front of escape, did he?
I thought they didn't. I thought that was only Zelga.
No,
but I could be mistaken.
Yeah, I don't remember. I thought I saw Tam in there at one point, but I could be mistaken. Hey, there's that green rupee.
Yeah,
you know what?
One of two.
That green rupee required.
It is, yes. I mean, we gotta scrimp and save for every penny. I did hear the economy, might not be in the finest form. You really gotta make sure you have a safety nest built up.
Tam's gonna be just fine.
I mean, so far, I mean, they haven't had to, they got a lot of outstanding debts. They got Zora, right? They got, did they even buy Bottle Merchant when they were in Kakariko? I'm trying to remember. Oh, I think they did. But I mean, we gotta get Pyramid Fairy, we still got bills to pay, don't go,
bills,
right?
Multiple bills to pay.
Yeah.
Tam will be very happy that they picked up that green rupee at some point.
Yeah, well, when you're down to your last, like 5 to 10 rupees or something, that one rupee, has tremendous value.
Okay, I love this mode. I really do, because it's so interesting on the mindset of the runners and how they approach. Like this here, compass. You gotta get it. Watch this be.
Exactly. I'm ready. You're right. I think so. Ooh,
we were just talking about this.
Yeah, we're actually doing Castle Tower first. It looks like. Oh, we're gonna do front of escape. Okay, so this is gonna be really good for Tam.
So Tam might take a dip in there. Okay, now Zelga's picking up this key. Unless Zelga burned the key improperly, which I don't think he did.
Imagine being able to watch Zelga when Tam was doing all this.
We knew Tam was like, oh, we gotta watch what Tam's doing here because we know what's in here.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, yeah. So so this is gonna be when Tam actually be able to get both their Desert Palace access, right? So you're gonna get the Skull's Big Key. Well, Skull's Big Key leads to the book, which is one Desert Palace access, and then also gonna be seeing where they left the portal, I would assume that they're gonna go into Castle.
I would assume so, leaving it there, because after that's done, you're gonna leave, and then you still got to get your Pyramid Fairy or your Pyramid item, which is on the ledge, and then
exactly.
Does Tam make the walk? Catfish
from here?
Because you could do...
Probably?
Did Tam do Zora?
Tam has not done Zora.
Then there you go. That would actually make sense, because Tam has flips. You can get the other item, too.
Yeah, Tam, like, we found 300 in Waterfall Fairy, but that was, it only brought Tam up as
That's
367
correct.
rupees.
That was early.
See,
you're right.
we did not have enough cash, right? If Tam just picked up 137 more rupees before then, right? You know, Eastern Palace Big Key Chest that many times. Sounds painful.
Everything would have been screwed up.
Yeah, exactly.
It was all planned.
Yeah, well, so speaking of plan, Duncan, do you think we're gonna get boost before the 150 check?
No.
I'm really waiting here for these guys to be able to, you know, do anything with the A button, other than maybe talk to the NPC.
No.
No.
It ain't coming. It's in GT. I will say that I played maybe 3 of these in the season that it was open, and I think twice it was in GT. And that sucks.
Okay, again, this is good retrospective for the future. You know, 2024 is coming.
Yeah, that is one that I think we went back on.
Okay.
We would.
It's not about, you know, what has occurred in the present or even the past for that matter. It is about what you learn and what you apply and do in the future. All right. You know, you can't do anything. You know, you can't do anything for now. You know, like it is what it is here. You know, we've actually, I would say, Atlanta's been pretty, you know, successful, especially in these, even in these modes, right? I think this was pretty well received overall. Saw a lot of people, a lot of participation. You know, and you know, it really can go only up from here, right? So.
Speaking of going up, Tam did take that little dive.
Yeah. I think they were. Yeah, I mean, I think it makes a lot of sense. Like to do. I mean, you don't really have much up. You're here, right? You tried so hard to get that second tower. You know, first Castle Tower key. You know, and you know, you just gotta. You know, at some point you can't just put it off any longer. Especially in this case, right? It's a pretty good flute.
Yeah, Tam hasn't done this yet either. I wonder if they go back into the portal because, correct me if I'm wrong, the Pyramid Ledge.
The pyramid, yeah, I think there's, yeah, I'm pretty sure you're right. I did not see Tam pick up the pyramid item.
Yeah,
by the way, Zelga is, yeah, well, yeah, I was gonna say, Zelga is he's doing like, you know, Argus with a sword. Can you believe him? Like, with an actual sword. Oh. Of all people,
Calls himself,
why didn't you fix all of the swords to be GT?
Calls himself a Megatational runner.
I know. Well, technically he's still walking, but yes, like I understand the sentiment.
See, look at this blind, going blind. Good job, Tam. Good job, Tam. Oh, wait.
Oh, it's a big key.
We don't have many of these left. It's the Meyer big key. Look at that. There's only one left. It's the Eastern big key.
Yeah, but I mean, so this is actually potentially. Well, we're gonna see what's in Meyer because you know right now, like Bombo's the thing that's opening a Meyer, and Tam can get in.
Tam can get in. Yeah, Tam's in. Zelga is not getting in anytime soon. If that Eastern big happens to be in Meyer or the Booties or something like that, that's gonna change this because I think Zelga's based off efficiency and just where we're at. I think Zelga's slightly ahead, but not by much, but slightly ahead. But I mean, put Boots in there, or again, obviously the Eastern big is a big one, and Tam just shoots past.
Oh yeah.
Or runs past.
Ooh, dashes past. I do like the fact that if we have Boots at some point, we would love to be able to push that A button. We can even hold down that A button as opposed to all the other D-pad locations or directions. It's a small key too.
Turtle Rocket's 3, I believe. Okay.
Yeah.
So Zelga's got 3. I wonder if Zelga did this and we just didn't notice.
No. So Zelga, I think Ken pointed this out earlier. Like Zelga got the 4th TR key from Harmless Hellway that Tam could not get.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, okay. Probably not super important, but that's weird because like Tam's gonna wait until getting the 5th key before even thinking about going in there again.
Yeah.
Which we know is available, and it's in Desert, which is probably in Tam's very near future.
I'm also wondering though if Tam wants to try and wait though, because like they went to Eastern, right? And so maybe you could try and go back to that area. Like we don't want to take another trip into Pod and then another trip into Eastern, right?
True.
I'm just wondering if you're gonna try and wait for that, but yeah, I don't know. But yeah, going into Turtle Rock with only 3 keys, like in this mode, is not a good feeling. But speaking of though, so we don't have any rods yet to actually do anything in Turtle Rock, but we are gonna have all the keys on Zelga's side.
Yeah, we're gonna have everything we need there, except the important stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, like the thing that actually kills the boss, you know,
You know,
just minor detail.
what do you? I mean, you don't need that.
Alright, so Tam's can finally give the aptitude flute, and then we're gonna see. I'm gonna assume that they're going to go into Desert Mire at this point.
I
and
would
finish
assume
everything.
that
Yeah.
that's a no-brainer. I think at this point, it's brand new area that was just opened up.
Yeah, and
Can't
this.
imagine.
Okay, so I think maybe that book is gonna elude them for just a little bit longer. Because did Tam go into Skulls at all? Yeah. Oh yeah, they did. Yeah. They got.
Yeah,
they got
but yeah, they did not have the big key when going in there.
Right,
so Tam's
right.
gonna have to go back. But again, just wait until you pick up the fire rock and go back in there. And at this point, still on fighter sword. The book's not gonna do anything anyway.
Right, exactly.
It
Yeah.
doesn't.
Yeah. Oh right, that's right. I forgot the Canis Mario is also here.
Yeah,
Waterfall Fairy. I mean, again, okay, yeah. So that's gonna really be another piece of the puzzle for Zelda. I don't know if he is tempted to also go. So they haven't done Dark Death Mountain yet. Oh no, they have. Okay, no,
Yes,
they have. Okay,
I think
so
both of them have.
right. So they're probably not gonna want to go back until they can finish all of Turtle Rock. I mean, like especially Zelda, since he has all the keys, he just needs the rods in order to go finish it.
Well, they can both go do Hera. So Hera, because they neither one of them did more in the first two, and then they left.
Right.
Fire Source wasn't there, didn't have the big. Now they have both. So,
True, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, all right, we're getting Meyer first. I don't think it matters.
Probably.
No.
Well, you mean in terms of items or just?
Yeah,
like,
I was. There wasn't anything in Desert that's gonna hold you back. So.
No. So it's like Tam has the Maria from Waterfall. They've got the Marbiki. They've got the lamp for the fire source. I think they got silvers. Speaking of, maybe just a few more arrows would be kind of nice. I mean, they've got enough, but yeah, might be kind of looking for.
Hey,
like, you know what? Yeah, they'll just drop arrows for you. You know, why worry about resources? We don't need to.
So, while we're getting some. Oh, actually, Zelga's. Real quick, I got to step away for just a minute, but
no worries.
Where Zelga's going?
I believe Zelda is going to try and scout the Mire area. I don't think he's been.
No, he's
either.
Definitely been here because we saw the.
Oh, right. That's right. He was the one who's
gonna finish Desert.
Right.
Okay.
I can't believe Zelga's. Okay, all right, Zelga. Your Megatational title here is on the line. I better see the best bow usage here.
All right, I'm gonna step away for 1 minute while you get to watch this.
I understand. Okay. You know, it's actually probably better that you step away, Dunka, because, you know, if I have my predictions about Zelda and what bow he's going to use, you know, it may not necessarily, you know, we may as well just put a blank square, you know, on that side for like, you know, 10 seconds basically, you know, until he finishes. It's fine. We'll just watch Tam do the more exciting cutscene in Mire in order to go get the item here. It is by far the better gameplay than using, let's say, silvers on Lamo. Just saying. Although, coincidentally, we're getting 2 cutscenes. Both, 17 seconds, just to be able to wait this thing out. Alright, Zelga. 1, 2. Used wrong bow, but it's okay. I guess it's still a very clean fight for you to be able to pick up the Compass de Hera and a crystal.
I did notice that he did not switch his arrows back, and how disappointed are you?
I'm extremely disappointed. I think also, you know what, Duncan, let me throw you under the bus. If this were regular ROM instead of fast ROM, surely he would have switched over, right? And you know, and reduced the lag. Yeah.
Yep. No, you're 100% correct. He would have done it because that lag is just. I'm sure it would have taken longer with the lag. Yeah.
To switch over.
Can't have that silver's line. Has there been anything in Mire? Did I miss anything?
No, there was nothing. Nothing in Mire. Yeah, nothing in Mire. Did we do checkerboard? Must have.
Yes,
right?
It was done early. It was a red.
Oh,
review.
right. Okay.
Tam has not. I don't believe they have gone.
Yeah. So I think Tam is probably. I mean, this is their first area in because they got the flute so late.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Tam will just catch on the way up.
Yeah. Right, looks
wow,
like
doing Spike Cave and not going into Hera. Interesting.
I'm wondering in this case if they want to try and just maybe get like a magic refill from Hera. Like you're gonna spend basically all of your health and a bunch of magic here potentially, and then you can beat Hera later. That's fine.
But they have half magic though, so.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Oh my gosh, though.
Okay,
Dude,
all right,
Okay,
all
Zelda
right.
is like a genius. Okay, like we got the flute, he got the boots and Spike Cape. I mean, what a terrible location, by the way. But wow.
Yeah, I gotta call shenanigans on this one.
Zelda is just making all the right decisions. You know, if only he was so misguided on like two things, you know, in this entirety of like the game and like, you know, Rando. You know, I'm sure he would be a significantly, you know, like better Rando results, you know, if he just went into Eastern, and you
They're
know, used the
small.
regular bow.
Yeah, and he just picked up the Thieves small, so Thieves is good to go now.
Alright, yeah. Oh man, it's gonna be so nice to be able to do that with boots too. I guess the good news for Tam though is that like the Thieves Town small key is boots locked, right? Because it's in Kingston. But at least they're gonna be able to have boots in order to do that dungeon.
You know, if it does come to pass, and I'm not saying that I'm rooting for anybody. Obviously, I have no rooting interest in any of this. I believe only one between Zelga and Gamma has chosen spoiler open so far. That would be a really interesting one that I would like to see.
It would. Oh heck yeah!
I'm just saying, which yeah. So I believe there's only been one spoiler open, and it was in week 1, and I don't remember exactly who chose it.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I know that at least I don't hope this isn't giving away too much of like Zelda's like strategies or anything, but I think he has said that like especially in like week 1 and maybe to some extent week 2, like he you know wouldn't necessarily want to pick like you know like quote unquote his modes, right? As in like cross keys and like oh my gosh, there's the fire rod. Well,
Hello.
Hello. Well, we have two completely different avenues here of well clearing out this game.
That's very interesting. And yes, you're right. I do notice that some of them definitely did I'm going to save this in case I make it to this point.
Yeah, yeah, and yeah. So I think like the first one, I don't remember what Zelda picked. It was not keys, but yeah. As we kind of like get to you know like the end you know of the tournament, like you know don't let spoiler open you know be your elixir right for you know like it's not gonna do you any good if you just you know never pick it because the game's over by that point.
Yeah. That being said, if you're in the last week of the season or you're in the finals, do you want spoiler open? Like, it's gotta be terrifying.
Super stressful. Oh yeah, yeah. I think a lot of people who especially made it to you know very far in like the SGL spoiler open, you know, some nice sword here in Thieves Town. You know, they said that especially towards the end, it is just so stressful because you, especially for just like solo, right? It's you have 15 minutes. You really just have to be optimized, right? And then how lean do you have to you know trim things, right? Especially when you're playing against Gamma, you're playing against Zelga. You know, like. In fact, these guys, Zelga and Gamma played each other. I think in the 2021, I think, SGL, or whatever the first year was, and Zelga took down Gamma. I mean, but like, I think they just both played out of their minds, you know, for that race.
And because I do happen to have privileged information, Gamma did choose. He was the one that did choose.
Ooh, all right, okay,
so,
all right. So,
but again, even and I only brought up Gamma just because we were just talking about both of them. But I mean, any of these guys going up against each other, I know all 4 of these guys, all 4 of the final, they all know how to play it, and they play it. So.
Oh, you are 100% correct. Yes, both. Oh, yes. So Tam is extremely scary in regular spoiler, like solo spoiler, pilot spoiler. I think that they were the runner for actually like the no glitches, or sorry, the glitched pilot spoiler stuff too. It's like.
Oh, were they really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's really like I mean Tam can do anything, you know.
Yeah, this is they might have a little bit of skill.
Yeah, and did you know that actually Tam is actually one of the finalists in League this year so far? Actually, just got the victory in all dungeons, and we're able to advance basically to semis. You know, so actually extremely.
I have to admit I have not been paying much attention. So.
I mean, that's fine. I mean, but like the fact that like they're in semis of like League, right, which has been going on I think since you know like well, it's a very like intense
10 weeks or something like that at this point.
Yeah. See, we've had 3, so this is gonna be round 3, you know, in playoffs for them, which is like really scary. All right, well that was Thieves Town down. By the way, did we find anything Thieves Town other than that sword? I think the answer is no.
I got a sword. Yeah, that was it.
Okay.
Yeah, the big chest had nothing other than the fact that it was required.
Yes, that is true. Yeah, all items are required.
So yeah,
Do
this
not
is
leave anything behind.
yeah. It's just we're looking at where things are standing now. Unfortunately, Tam is going to have to take another dip into desert at some point after finding the boots because there is the torch item. It's not a difficult check to go back to. It's just one of those that eventually, they're gonna have to go back and do it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I do know Zelga has been very efficient with clears. And yeah, let's see the order. Did he have boots when he? Yeah, he did. So
Zelda did not have boots when he was in desert. Like he.
Oh, that's right. He just got him because he went straight to the back. That's right. You're right.
Yeah. Right. We just got boots out of Spike Cave.
Right,
so,
right. Because he didn't. He doesn't have Mire access yet. Correct.
Right, but I mean, like, but the fact is, like you did mention though, like Zelga's gonna at least come back to the area again. I mean, so it'll because they haven't been able to get into Mire, so at the very least they're gonna do that. Now that when Zelga's gonna be able to get into Mire is a great question. That Eastern Palace big key is MIA right now. And without that, Zelga ain't getting that bump.
He ain't getting it until he has to go in.
Oh yeah.
Oh Tam!
No, go back! No, Tam!
Go back, Tam!
All right, panic averted. We are. Right.
I've done it too.
What am I playing?
I've done it too.
This is how we play the game. All right, it's okay. We saved ourselves. It is, man.
That's terrifying right there.
Because how do you scrub your VOD in order to figure out like
unless you're playing with a map tracker that's auto tracking, you wouldn't know. And if you're like me, I check it as soon as I go in the door. So I would have checked it off, and if I didn't recall at that very split second that I left, it's gone forever.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think this mode in particular actually really seems to benefit from basically auto tracking, right? And just like literally like don't touch the tracker, and then if you see a green square, that's you gotta go there at some point.
Yeah, there's actually a few things that unfortunately that auto tracking unfortunately spoils that we would like to use for many. We Herf and I talked about it at one point, but there's no way to enforce it where we would do potentially textless without Keysanity without the text boxes because it's an option that's available. But auto tracking spoils it for you. So,
right, because you'll just light up on your tracker, right?
Exactly. So you'll know which one it was. Like I've been wanting to do that mode for a while, but it's impossible to do because you can't force it.
Dude, if you can somehow make this work, Duncan, I think it would be amazing to see some randos like being just pure trackerless, as in like you're just not allowed to use a tracker. I mean, again, I don't think it's enforceable or anything, but I think it would be very, very interesting, basically, to see what kind of mental bookkeeping people can actually be capable of.
Yeah, it's one of those. I think I've had it on my list a couple of times, and then just unfortunately because
I think it sounds too hard.
Well, you can't enforce it because you won't know if the runners are using it.
Right, exactly.
There it is.
Oh, all right. Well, Zelga is saved. He has saved himself from being able to go into Eastern Palace twice.
That's his next stop right after this. It is.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. Because he doesn't have anything else over there. Oh no, actually it'll be good for him because he's on Swamp, and so he can turn the green pendant in, and he's gonna be able to do all of Eastern. So he's gonna be able to do Bombos into Fire Rod, and I guess So what else do we?
And if those are those, if you go back and you like how much time people spent in each dungeon, like Tam's gonna be plus 2 minutes in Eastern now.
Without boots, too.
It kind of boots for a little bit of it, but yeah, and that's where you win and lose race like this.
Yeah,
It's double dipping, and I don't blame Tam for doing what they did when they did it. It's just it backfired a little bit. Is all.
Well, right. I mean, in this case, it just didn't have like the payout. Like in this case, you could have single dip Eastern, and
boots. Let's say boots are there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Or the big key is there. Something like that, or something behind it. And then it's gold.
Yeah, you just can't control in this case what the items are. Someone wants to go into Turtle Rock to open it up at least.
I guess you open it and maybe check an item, but I guess Zelga does have all the keys and he's got everything, so he can actually get
But
pretty
he
far.
doesn't
There.
have rockets. Yeah, but I don't know. How far do you want to go in here without? I mean, you can't get roller room. Like, do you go to Chomps and then that's it, or
And then
do you
you
keep
bail?
going?
I mean,
Do you go all the way to Mimic Cave? I mean, you can go. You can go pretty far.
you got a laser
know?
bridge.
Yeah,
I mean, you can
like-
go all the way. It's just you can't finish, and then you can't get to 2 on the right. You know what
it's
though?
probably
No,
gonna be
you know what?
very
No.
interesting.
He's coming in here. There's got to be something. Otherwise, why would he be here?
You're right. You're right. He found the flute. First chest of Castle Tower very, very early. He found the boots in Spike Cave. Okay, let's see in this case. Let's see what he pulls out here.
He just knows. He just knows.
He just found his 10 arrows. Yes. All right. Well, Tam's by the way is going into. Okay, so we're gonna be the next dungeon clear at least for Tam. Fighter's sword. Oh.
Fire Rod does not. Tam doesn't have half magic either. Did you know? Obviously, you
Yeah.
noticed there. You know, Tam used the.
Oh.
Oh, there you go. Never mind.
Yeah, unfortunately, Tam also did miss a fire rod shot. Like, I mean, these fire rod shots, especially, like, I mean, Tam did a really good job with the one that they
Yeah.
were able to hit, but, like, man, oh, really, really nice cleanup here.
That's perfectly clean. There's pot
All right,
6.
well, that's okay. So when is
So-
Tam gonna go?
I mean, yeah. Tam doesn't have the big yet. I have the Eastern big. He's got to wonder. Is like, Tam probably wants to wait. I don't know. You don't go back to pod for 2 checks.
Yeah, 2 checks, and then also, like, you want to try and combine this with Eastern, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Like-
So you're gonna wait till you get the big, and you're not gonna get the big
Yeah.
till you get the boots.
Well, actually, no. Well, the Eastern big was in. See, this is why we get red mail. Zelda doesn't care anymore about this. It's like I can just tank all of these
Screw
and then
you.
I'm done.
I'm taking it.
yeah. Okay, all right. This might be Skullwoods for Tam. Fire Rod.
Yeah, with Fire Rod, yeah. This would make sense.
Yeah, man. Is it gonna be? I was actually wondering how greedy it would be to try and wait out for 2 more pendants, but you know, maybe it's too greedy. You know,
I think that's a
I want
little
to be able
greedy.
to just like, yeah, I just want to be able to pull the pad like when I'm back here, right? Tam doesn't have the. Well, Tam will have the book from the big chest.
Yes, gotta get the book here, which again doesn't do anything. But you know you're gonna need it later anyway. I don't know. Do these guys are they gonna be safe actually finishing the seed with Ganon with 20 hearts, red mail, you know, gold sword, silvers?
Well, see, this is why you have to do it on fast ROM, Dunka, because like all this
Oh.
equipment just weighing them down, you know.
That
The
makes
lag,
perfect sense.
you know, like I don't think they can handle it.
That's why they required fast ROM on the switch
Yeah,
over. Now it makes
exactly.
sense.
Mhm.
Now
See?
it makes sense. Devs, I apologize. Now it makes sense.
See, you know, it was worth the how long was the gestation period? 3 seasons?
3 seasons for this.
3 seasons?
Oh, there it is. See, now we found the compass to Eastern.
Oh
Now we
yeah,
can
exactly.
finish it.
Now he can actually go
That's
in.
what he was waiting for. Now we can do it. Alright, well,
I guess Zelda's gonna go all the way to Laser Bridge.
he's
I
gonna
mean,
go.
like, yeah.
You're committed at this point. Like, if you've gone this far, you have to finish. There's no way. The thing is, you're kind of right. We know where the fire rod is, and he's not missing any keys. Like, what's the point? Because Ice Rod is the only required item he needs at this point. Look at the keys.
Yeah.
He has
Yeah,
every
that's
key he needs to finish this seed.
That's actually a good point. I'm just wondering if, and he doesn't have Bombo's Fright from Ice. I'm
Right.
wondering.
There's
if
nothing in here
he-
unless it's Ice Rod, and it does you no good.
Well, right, but like if Zelda actually finds the Ice Rock here in Turtle Rock, then like it's gonna be kind of a not feels good
No.
moment, right?
Right? No,
Because
you're
that
missing
means
the
he has to come
point.
back.
You're missing the point. He has clairvoyance. He's
Oh,
gonna
right,
miss.
you're right.
He's
You're
going to
right.
miss here.
Yeah, you're right.
We know he's going to
Amazing.
miss.
Well, you know, like, he has to prove to us that he's still human after all. Or
Oh my
whatever,
god! If,
whatever,
it's,
you know?
if it's a
Yeah.
second Castle Tower key and the Ice Rod is in the other Castle Tower chest, I'm going to disqualify him on the spot.
Okay, I hope that doesn't actually happen.
I don't actually mean it, but you know that
oh,
would be
look at
something.
this. Skullwoods is a pendant, Dunka. Oh man, I don't. Who was his last pendant?
Well, see this. I mean, it's theoretically. I mean, if you did, well, we know it's not Eastern. I think we saw Eastern was a. I think we.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure we saw that.
And
one.
I wanted to.
So it's gotta be
greedy.
Turtle Rock.
I want to be greedy. Oh, that's probably true, actually. Yeah. Okay. All right. Maybe we can't be greedy because if the last pendant's Turtle Rock, then we can't get this.
Oh, sword on the
Oh,
pin.
well, okay.
That's kind of unfortunate.
It is,
Because
actually,
you're not going to
considering...
use that until the very end. It's not a huge deal, but
Mhm.
I mean, neither one of them are on tempered yet.
Yeah, I'm trying to... Right, and they've already got a god... Okay, they do have silvers, so, you know, at least a lot of, like, the dangerous bosses are kind of mitigated, but I mean, Tam would have been probably happier to have tempered, or even Master Sword for the boss of the fight. But I guess they're gonna get tempered after Turtle Rock.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on
So-
when you want to do it. There's a bunch of different ways you could probably pick that one up. You can wait till the very end.
I guess it depends on where that the fourth sword shows up, right?
Yeah.
Because, you know, like, right after, like, you've already beaten Skullwoods, so then there's no better time, I guess, to do Pedestal, because it's just kind of by itself.
If you don't have it going into GT, you probably get it then. Or maybe, I mean, obviously, if it's Turtle Rock, so it wouldn't be going into there. But yeah, I think if you don't have that sword going into GT, you probably take the 40 seconds and just do it then.
Yeah. All right. So this actually might be something for home. So,
Okay,
so the fact that Zelga went to go to Spike Cave first and got the boots, and then immediately left and went to Hera, right? So you said something about we have to get everything, right? So Tam has to go back to Ether Tablet. It doesn't matter. He's just couch cash, you know. And but the fact that Zelga got the boots, was in Spike Cave, was gonna save and quit regardless. Did all the boots checks, got the Thief Town Small Key, and then that got them their Master Sword, right? Like, it's just, man.
For a seed where you're required to do everything, he's routed this pretty well.
Yeah, he is yeah. Some things, you know, at least Zelga, I think he's personally happy with himself, right? Being able to single dip Eastern. You know, it might have been, you know, a too strong of a cost if he had to double dip it.
Yeah. Well, the other good thing about this, though, and you mentioned obviously you have to get everything. Tam will be getting his boots here in about a minute.
That's true. That's true.
And his position, Tam's position really hasn't changed much at this point. Like they still have to go and do the boot checks, and so it's like Tam's route is pretty well defined going forward.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and they don't really have anything else after this, right? Like at least up in the mountain that they can actually do, and well, okay, they can. Once in this case they have all the swords, at least they can route in the Ether Tablet like with GT, right? Or you know, whenever they basically come back here. So it's not gonna be the end of the world. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So you just do that right before going into GT. So that won't be too bad of a check. And then there's your Eastern. So I mean. Zelga's probably got a little lead. Again, I think we talked about this. Zelga's routing has been just a little bit better. And his decision-making has been just a little bit more on point. But...
a little bit more clairvoyant than Tam being able to find the flute in the first Just Castle Tower, finding the boots in Spike Cave. Yeah,
It's disgusting. It makes me physically retch. But at the same time, I mean, Tam's a minute or two behind. And even though it probably is going to show up before long, remember, we still need to find the Ice Rod, and if that's pendant, which we assume it is, in fact, we know it
can
is.
Be, yeah.
It can be a GT.
Right?
So, you know, again, GT routing doesn't really apply that much in this case. In fact, Zelga with all four smalls can open the Tam door, or not the Terror door. if he really wants to.
Now I want to know what if Tam has a door in GT. Later.
This is my door, damn it.
Yeah. I am kind of interested to know. Well, so there wasn't anything in Turtle Rock, right?
No, it was a complete mess.
Okay, so like I mean, like Zelga did go through all of Turtle Rock, right? For essentially, like you know, it's so that they're actually going to have to double dip Turtle Rock. So that's going to be
double dip that. That's going. You gotta. They both have to do the right side, the Firelock side. Tam's gonna be able to do it the first time that they go in. But that's the complete route all the way through. I mean, that's not that's not small. So, so what are we at? We're at 159 versus probably like right around the same, 154. And Tam's going to pick up 2 items real fast here, one of which is important.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of like the boots checks and then all of Thieves Town, right? That's Tam. We need King's Tomb. Yes, King's Tomb. Yes, Tam. Please go back to King's Tomb.
I'm assuming Tam's going to go back.
I hope.
I guess
so.
it doesn't matter. You have the flute, so it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
I mean, it literally
doesn't. Second? Okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
If they're gonna flute back to the village anyway, that's fine too.
Yeah, yeah. With a flute, it really doesn't matter. In fact, this might be slightly faster in routing. I have no way.
I trust Tam.
Yeah, I trust Tam.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for ever doubting you.
You know what you're doing. Don't listen to us.
Thanks, Yoho.
There's that Thieves Town key, which means I gotta assume Tam's next location is gonna be Thieves Town.
Yeah, it's gonna be yeah, for sure. And yeah, so by the way, I think Zelga is also his own believer. You know, I'm glad that he's sticking to his principles, being able to do. He believes in the rule of fire. You know, he thinks fire rod's here. So
yeah, I mean, I don't blame him. I wouldn't blame him at all. Now this is interesting. Tam's deciding to go finish off Eastern and Converse, which I mean makes sense. You gotta do it anyway. It doesn't matter. Honestly, at this point, the order doesn't really matter very much. Not only that, considering that we've seen all of Skullwoods, we've seen all of Ice, we've seen all of Mire, Ice Rod's in GT. Like, I think we just have to acknowledge the fact that Ice Rod's in GT. I'm pretty sure we've checked everything else.
Did we check Baba's tablet?
Almost everything else.
Almost everything. Well, I'm just trying to think, like, where it can be.
Yeah, I think
we went to the swamp. And,
yeah, Swamp's been cleared. Yeah, I think it is. It is Bombos, and yeah, and then I guess it could be a couple of checks inside of Turtle Rock, but yeah.
If only I paid attention to that compass.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh right, yeah, we have Roller Room in Turtle Rock because we didn't have the Fire Rod, and then we had Trinex. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it's the two right side, and then well, it can't be on Trinex, of course. But...
Oh right, yeah.
So it's either there, it could be at Bombos. I mean, if you don't check Bombos and you just go into GT, thinking that it's there, that's a climb.
Yeah, that's one extra climb for sure.
I would assume you're gonna take the moment to check Bombos before climbing GT, just because in case it's there, because that's a huge like an extra GT climb as well.
So Donka, where do you think this Castle Tower small key is? Because there's a shovel on Lumberjack, right?
Yeah. I totally forgot about that because that's like the worst item to find on there because it's a fetch quest that you don't need. Finding that there, well, you don't think you need, but you have to get it, and now that means you're gonna have to go to Light World. You're gonna lose your portal. It's a whole bunch of.
True. Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna lose. You're gonna miss your routing. You're gonna have to walk back up to the pyramid. Yeah, but you do that at the end when you do pyramid fairy. But yeah, so there's a bunch of little bits that both of them have known this for an hour. So. It's probably a GT. I mean, it wasn't required, obviously.
By the way.
It's got to be in. Everything's in GT. So.
Yeah. I mean, well, there are 27 checks in GT, basically waiting for us. Yeah. So I mean, versus all of these kind of like stragglers.
Well, it's funny because I didn't actually pull the numbers on this, but I do know that with this particular mode, there are 27 required items.
While your Donka stats sometimes may or may not have gotten some mixed reviews, especially when it comes to Skullwoods, I do believe that the 27 required items in GT are legit.
I am 100% correct on this one. Real quick to answer chat, this is not round robin, or this is round robin. Top 2 to advance out of the groups. This is the 3rd of 6. The 4th match, which is Tam and Gamma, right?
Tam and Gamma, yeah.
They
so Tam and Gamma are playing tonight, right?
They play in approximately an hour and a half. Right here. We will have that
yes, that's right. Yeah, that's right. 9 p.m. Hour and a half. And then Zelga and Gamma are playing tomorrow at 3 p.m. And then I think Zelga and Talithar are playing tomorrow 7 p.m.
The nightcap, yeah, which we will try to get on because it's after the football days. So they chose smart.
Well, I mean, it's Zelga. He's clairvoyant, right?
Almost. We've seen that he is.
Oh, that's okay. That's true. Okay. You know what? Like he did schedule. One of his games is at 3 p.m. tomorrow. So yes, you're right. That's his one mistake. Everything else, he's good.
Everything else, he's been pretty spot on. Okay, so I forgot about this one item that was on the porch.
I think it was actually a small key.
Yeah, they both need to come back and get it. Oh, hey, it could be that Castle Tower key. It could also just be the Hyrule Castle key.
True. We haven't
actually. And actually, we're gonna find it because Tam's doing it too. Because I don't think Tam needs anything this year.
Mhm.
It's a Skull
Oh,
Woods key, the
wow.
thing that nobody gives a damn about.
That's right. That's right. It's definitely not useful whatsoever. Only
Except that it's required.
logically. Yeah, yeah, that's true.
I'm actually kind of surprised that Tam is doing this before doing Thieves Town. I mean, it does. Again, you have the flute. I guess the order of this really doesn't matter. Just doing stragglers here. It makes sense for Zelga to do it because Zelga's so awesome. Why?
I'm wondering if Tam wants to try and maybe save. Well, no. So Tam knows that Thieves Down is a 5/6.
Yes.
So there's kind of then that means that they know that Turtle Rock is a pendant.
Right.
I'm just wondering why they want to basically like put off Turtle Rock Thieves Down for.
Yeah, I guess again it
does.
doesn't really matter. I mean, look, we were saying so and so's ahead, so and so's behind. I don't know if you realize this. Now Zelga's up on checks. If you look right now, it's 169 versus 161. Tam's about to go to GT. Tam's going to get to GT before Zelga does.
Yeah, that's very true. Mm-hmm.
So what is there? What has Zelga done that Tam has not?
One sec, while I consult the mimes, I'm looking.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, Tam doesn't check the checks on the dungeons, so I'm pretty sure Tam is.
I guess oh yeah,
it's Turtle Rock. Okay, you're right.
Yeah,
You're 100% right. Thank you. It's Turtle Rock. Yeah, that's the correct number of items. Tam's gonna get there first. Is Tam ahead?
Well, assuming Tam does not go into Turtle Rock, potentially.
Potentially, I mean that's a huge thing. Now Tam doesn't have to do any of the. He's gonna have to. Tam has to do all the checks. Zelda's is not. So
Tam is giving away some of that buffer because I believe Quake was not effective.
I don't think Quake. That was what that Tam was looking for there.
It's one quick swap away, from Quake to Hammer.
Just quick swap thing.
Tam is
before quick swap, we never had to worry about any of it.
I know. I can't believe the devs putting quick swap for us as a quality of life improvement.
I didn't realize it because again they really broke up for a bit and then we're starting to reconverge now. This is close.
Yeah, it is actually.
That the Turtle Rock full clear is really close. It is gonna make a huge difference here. Now again, Tam, they have to go all the way through it. They have to get all those checks. Zelga only has to do the roll. And Tam still has to do like a Mimic Cave.
Yeah,
so
it is true.
Those are time consuming. But we know Zelga's going to find the Spire Rod, and Zelga 100% is going to finish Skullwoods before going.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
And yeah. I have to assume if they're thinking about it, they're... No, you do that. You do it because Ice Rod could be there.
Okay, all right, finish. Okay, that is very true. Right, because Zelga's already gone through Turtle Rock. He already knows that Ice Rod is not there. Okay, all right, I'm on board with doing Skullwoods before.
And you have to check Bombos. I think that is the one check they both have to make before going up.
I agree. Mm-hmm.
That's a given. If you do it right, I just realized this. If you do it right, because they both have to get the shovel, which is sitting on Lumberjack.
That's right.
You do that. You don't do 5/6 unless it happens to be Ice Rod at Pyramid Clearing. And then you get the shovel, you do the shovel check, and then you turn in 5/6 as you're heading up the pyramid. And that's how you make that time up.
I see.
You make that time up from the shovel check. Because it's such a pain in the ass check, it doesn't matter when you do it. But at least then you can make back a little bit of time.
Right.
Considering that both of these, they know how the shit works. They figured it out already. Or they have a better route, which is very possible.
Yeah, and part of like the Hundo, like chill mode, is like you, instead of spending all your brain power to try and figure out like, oh well, should I skip this? Like, do I do this decision? Like, what's the best, what's the best things that I can skip versus not? All your brain power basically could be focused on routing, because you gotta get everything.
Oh, has Tam not done the smithy yet? Oh, Tam hasn't done the smithy. Well, this is okay though because
hammer picks. Oh man, does it really not do the full smith chain? I guess we'll find out.
Well, no, this is fine though. Tam has done the smithy. Tam can do bombos.
Right.
Like that. This is actually okay.
Yeah, Tam also learned their lesson, you know, from Checkerboard Cave, that
Yeah.
they in fact do need
I
all
do
the
have
items.
to check all the items. Okay, looks like Tam just didn't do hammer paints. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So I
where's
guess
Tam
it doesn't really matter. Why would I do? I would have
Oh, library. You're okay.
kept.
We
Yeah, I
still
got to
need.
library here.
Yeah, we need boost checks here.
I wonder if Tam goes back and checks the. Tam's next decision is gonna be really easy, or it's gonna be really interesting here. I'm sorry, I was reading the chat here. It's gonna be really interesting because Tam still has to do that Bombos tablet.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
not doing it.
Actually,
Okay.
yeah. Well, so neither does Zelda. So we're both going up here without Bombos chocolate. Let's just gonna hope that the
Right.
ice rod isn't here.
Yeah, that's so huge because it's another climb. I'm really surprised on this. I really am, because that's a whole GT climb or Turtle Death Mountain climb. Sorry.
Okay, so Duncan, if you're Tam, you've not been to GT, or so you've not been to Turtle Rock, but you have GT access, like, would you go and search for the ice rod in GT first before going into Turtle Rock?
Yeah, because if it's in the basement, before you climb, you can just mirror out and finish Turtle Rock. This is surprising though.
So, well, Zelga's gonna just do the front, right?
He's gonna do the front, but I would figure you would just wait. I guess it's the same thing. If it's here, you want it before going into GT, because then it saves you the run back. I guess it makes sense.
Right. Yeah. And plus, it's just the front, so it's like you're really just repeating what, like, just the first chest, like the first room, and then part of the conveyor room. So it's okay.
Yeah, and as you notice, Zelga did not finish Skullwoods, which I totally thought he was
I
also
did.
I'm actually really
beelined it
surprised
to GT, or
I mean,
beelining it to here.
We know it's not there, but if Ice Rod is there, that is such a huge break. Tam's going good. I'm really surprised.
Maybe just the front. Well, we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening.
This is, to me, is just surprising because you get 23 checks in GT for that Ice Rod versus what's going to be in here. Is there a time save where you could do part of this and just leave? I mean, you could just do the front four or something like that and leave. But...
Is it possible to save your portal? That is my question here. I don't actually know the answer to this. If so, can you do Alternate Rock and then leave and then do GT?
No, because you wouldn't. Well, no, because can you? I guess you're not wasting your portal. Maybe you can. Okay, he just did the front checks. So Tam's leaving. Gonna join Zelga. There's Castle Tower 2. First check.
Great. I love Castle Tower 2. Well, I guess that can means that we can. Well, no, because you can't mirror in front of once you land the pyramid, right? Because well, okay, no, we don't have to say our portal anything here. Yeah. Okay, so that means we can do GT and then we can climb, and then I guess we can just do Aga and then hopefully Ice Rod's there.
Yeah, I mean it's there. You're really wanting this to be. Because then you finish your 23 checks, you leave, you go, you finish, then you climb, and you're completely done. Looks like Tam's got a couple little junk checks here to bag too.
Right, because it's always on the tablet. He just didn't have a sword, sadly.
Yeah, so Tam's got to finish this, and then they have. So Zelga is ahead. I think we can officially say Zelga's ahead a little bit. Now Zelga does have to do Skullwoods. Does not have to do that until. Hopefully, they have all three pendants to get the pendants.
Right. You can actually basically combine that with the ped pool, versus Tam has to go there separately.
Right. So, and they're going to do the same routes. So at this point, Zelga is a little bit ahead. It's not by much. I'm just telling you, if it's on Bombos, I'm really surprised if neither one of them check Bombos, knowing that you're going to need that ice rod. Here's the fourth sword.
Yeah.
Or third sword. We know what the fourth sword is.
Right. Yeah, fourth sword's on ped, for those of you who may not have seen it. But I guess I think pretty interesting. Like, I think they're both gonna feel kind of bad if it was on Bombos tablet all this time.
Here's the problem: is that's a time loss for Zelga, but it's a spot where Tam could have made a little bit of time. And
right. At this point, it's kind of like even parity, right?
It's
but
even.
Yes,
they're even, right?
Correct,
Like if you look where they're at, they're 100% even. Where Tam is a right side behind, and then it's a Skullwoods versus a Turtle Rock here. Where Tam is hopefully going to be able to find the ice rod in the basement here and not have to reclimb. Then, it's really close. I think Zelga's just a little bit ahead, but it's close.
Yeah, I'm thinking that maybe execution won't matter too much. I mean, I think they're both playing their A game, for sure.
Oh, they're playing
it's
great.
Just that, yeah, it's right. It's just like now they all have tempered and they've got silvers. Like, it's hard to kind of like differentiate yourself.
It's a Ganon fall. That's literally the only thing. If you're still in chat,
oh my gosh, don't go.
Could you confirm that Ganon falls never happened?
Oh my gosh, don't go too soon,
Because it's been 2 years, 3 years. It's not too soon.
Don't go. Okay, all right, okay. You know what? Okay. But the fact that you have said it's been 2 or 3 years, okay, makes me gives your statement that you've not been keeping up with League something more credible. There may or may not have been an incident. Specifically against Tam and Broger in their League match where Gem unfortunately gave up a few minutes because of that.
I did not know.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I'm sorry, dude.
This is a pro Tam stream.
Oh no.
Oh, see.
I did. Oh.
It's okay. Don't worry.
On that note, I think I'm gonna sign off. I did not know.
It's all good. It's all good. It's okay.
I was thinking of SGL.
I know. I know.
And jokes about that all the time, so I knew it was fair game.
It's okay. You know what? I will also reveal something that one of Gem's teammates also said to me. Let's see. Let me go find it real quick.
You know, if I had a camera on right now, you would see my face is like.
All right. Okay. So Korek, one of Gem's teammates, said, "Now is not the right time to make this joke to him, but Gem and Ganon falls at big moments. Name a more iconic duo."
Oh shit! Sorry.
All right. So you know it's okay.
Well,
it was hilarious though.
Not to deflect, but Ice Rod is not in the GT
base. Okay. So are you climbing? I guess. Well, Zelda's climbing for sure because he knows that.
Well, yeah. I mean, you have to do it. Yeah. I'm serious. If it's on Bombos, that's huge. Well, it could have been huge. It's not huge anymore.
Yeah. For Tam for sure. Like I mean, like that would have been a spot where Tam was able to make up like would make up a good amount of time. You know, especially for the climb and all.
Yeah, I'll say this: if it's on Bombos and Tam had gotten that before doing the climb, Tam would be ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Because Tam would have single dip Turtle Rock. Like you go in, you finish it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like he would look behind right now because he'd be behind in GT. Zelga would be on the climb, and Tam would kind of just be getting really into the guts of the basement. But Tam would be ahead.
Yeah, so gold moding Turtle Rock, and the full sense of like gold mode, as in like you don't have to open to the chest, is actually is faster than you think. But still, Zelda still has to go through the entirety of Turtle Rock in order to go get beat Trinix at the end. So.
Right, exactly. And this is why I was thinking they were going to check it before. I get why Zelga didn't check it because it's a singleton check, but in Tam's brain, it's almost 50-50 because they haven't done any of the Turtle Rock checks at that point. And you're sitting at like 170 and change going into that. Like that's half in GT and half outside of GT. So I'm a little surprised. That being said, both of these guys, they're both better than I am at this. So I trust their judgment for making that decision.
I mean, well, we already saw how clairvoyant, Zelda was, right? Getting the flute and the boots first.
He made one mistake the entire scene.
I know. This is how just Zelda, jives, like he doesn't make mistakes.
It's a Hundo, like pure Hundo seed. They're gonna finish at 150.
That's actually a very reasonable observation.
Yeah,
I actually you kind of set aside 2 hours of your life kind of for something like this, but I mean this is actually very, very normal. Like it's actually like very fast.
So if you look at Zelga, because they're both just doing the climb at this point, Zelga's got 15 checks left. He's gonna get 4 here, 2 at Pyramid Fairy, so that's 6.
Combine Bombos with Pyramid Fairy? Maybe that's what they're going for.
Could be, yeah.
The Dark World.
2 in 2 in Skull Woods, 3. No, he did the other 2, so it's only 1 in Turtle Rock. And then a couple of singletons like Bombos and maybe one or Shovel, and what Shovel leads to. The mushroom check, which we found mushroom in here too.
Oh, right, yeah. I was actually thinking about that. Like, do we have any other fetch quests we have to go do? So, okay, so mushroom is one. They already checked magic bat. Yeah. So the nice thing about this mode is that we have a nice, global collection rate counter.
Really
so
nice.
we have what? Yeah. So we have what? 11 checks. Okay, so we can count up. So with CT, yeah, Castle Tower 2, Bombos is 2, Shovel 3.
The Lumberjack 4.
Lumberjack 4. Okay.
Mushroom 5. Pyramid Fairy 7. 8 is Turtle Rock. 9 and 10 are finishing Skullwoods. That's 11.
Okay, that's all we have, right? Because it's 205 out of 216.
Yeah, I counted 10.
Oh,
pedestal.
Oh,
pedestal.
Okay.
Right.
Yoho's on top of this.
Thank you. Yeah. By the way, just so you're aware, when I had to step away for a minute or two earlier, I was getting booze.
You were getting what? Sorry.
I was getting booze.
Oh, okay. Oh, well.
So now I've had an hour of booze in me, so my brain is
Did you bring enough for the rest of us, Dunka? Sharing is caring.
Well, I did grab 2 bottles.
Okay.
So but
can we download some booze from you?
Can we download wine? Is that allowed?
Yes, I mean, you wouldn't download a car, right? But you could surely download some alcohol.
You could download some booze, yeah. That's cross state lines though? I don't know. Is that allowed?
And the internet can go many places that that prying eyes do not have to be focused on.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's legit because I pirate all my booze.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. What if we put on like an eye patch, and get ourselves a parrot?
There you go.
Okay, no one will tell the difference, right?
Yeah. So I find it funny the fact that Ice Rat's not in GT. It
completely actually.
It totally could be in Bombos. It could also be right here. It's not here.
Which is just money, okay.
Right, but it could be on Shovel Spot. It could be on the Mushroom, which was behind GT.
I assume Mushroom's gonna be the next thing they go turn in. So you can do Mushroom. You can do they can get they can get Lumberjack, right, and get the Shovel. But all
I think you do that
like one-offs, right? This is what it seems like.
In hindsight, knowing this because he's clairvoyant, Zelga's choosing to ignore a few things. Actually, it's gonna be gold because he's gonna be able to do the Shovel, and he'll be able to do the Shovel, the Ped, finish all of that kind of at the same time. It makes me again physically hurt to see in hindsight how well this is actually going to turn out.
That's what the booze is for, Dunka. All right, it's supposed to, mitigate a bunch of the. Well, it doesn't have to mitigate the pain, but it mitigates the feeling that you're thinking you're in pain. So, that's pretty much the same thing, honestly.
Okay, that's close enough, yeah.
Cool frame roll. Cool.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a 9-item discrepancy, and that's Turtle Rock.
Yeah. And again, like it's so Tam's I think it's gonna be still net positive time for Tam to finish Turtle Rock, but
I agree.
It is still going to be time. I mean, Zelga's gonna have it's I don't know if it's gonna be enough time.
So I don't like to say it's like this is already foregone. I mean, Zelga could forget to check Bombos maybe, or route that poorly, or maybe do a climb and a half and realize he left it behind.
That doesn't sound like Zelga.
It doesn't sound like it. I get it. I'm trying to find a way to. This is both
get Tam back in this.
Yeah, it's both the good and the bad about this mode because I think we've understood where things have stood now for at least 20 minutes, and yeah, it's unfortunate that. I really wish Cham had checked Ether. Or I'm sorry, not Ether. I'm sorry, Bombos. Because if it had been there, this race is going to be like to the wire. But it could also.
Right now, yeah. But I think you bring up a good point though. Kind of like outside of these, trying to just squeeze out the last kind of like drops of efficiency from like the last whatever 5-ish whatever checks, right? That Zelga at least has at this point. Yeah, it seems it's gonna be kind of linear. Honestly.
It's gonna be tough. Yeah, the path is linear for both of them at this point, and it's identical. So yeah, you're gonna leave here. You're gonna flute away, and you're probably gonna do the Shovel first. Just get it done.
Yeah.
Oh, you could do Mushroom. You could also do Mushroom here. Yeah, he's doing mushroom. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter. It's linear, except that you've got 3 or 4 choices, but the choices do not matter.
Right.
The order
right,
you do
yeah.
them in does not matter. That's the thing. Like if you're in an ice rod hunt in a normal seed, it totally matters. And there it is. Okay,
Hey,
so it's
look, there's
behind
the ice rod. Mm-hmm.
So it's on.
By the way, Tam definitely won the Aga Hall of Fame picture. Like, look at that distance.
Look how
It's
far
like
he
almost,
is.
I know.
Damn,
Like,
you're almost to the
amazing.
damn curtain. Well done,
This is
Tam.
actually be really efficient then for Zelga, because Zelga's gonna be able to get the last pendant from Turtle Rock, and then he's just gonna, be Skull Woods, and then he's gonna be able to pull fed one trip in to Skull Woods, at least in the back here.
God, it's
he's too good
it's
at this
disgusting.
game. Yes, he's too good. I mean, like you mentioned, I mean, so Tam still has done, like, this is a pretty, I mean, they've still done, like, an amazing job, because, you mentioned, like, the finish time. I mean, Tam's gonna be able to still finish. It looks like probably under 2, right?
If I was Tam and I'm thinking to myself, I'm gonna finish this at 150, I'd feel great. We know that, unfortunately, they're just a little bit behind, just because Zelga it was 2 checks. It was 2 checks. It was the boots, getting the boots when it was, and
and then getting the flute.
And I'll say this, it was avoiding the double dips, because there were double dips out
yeah.
like Eastern and the big one.
Yeah. Oh, no. Don't bait me into saying, just agreeing with you like this.
I mean, it was,
agree.
though. It made sense. I hate that it's
can...
true, because I don't mind diving Eastern, but in the end, it did not hurt Zelga at all.
You are correct in that the boots were not in Eastern, this particular case. So
yeah, it's one of those things. Is like it does not hurt Zelga in any way, shape, or form. Yes, there was an important item in there, but it didn't matter.
Yeah, right. Because Zelga was still able to get it. Because there was nothing that the Eastern Picky basically blocked in this case.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's funny here because now they're both even. Tam is heading up to Turtle Rock, right behind, but. Like all these checks here, Laser Bridge, the Big Key, Mimic Cave is a huge one, of course. It's unfortunate that Tam's still got to make all these checks.
Right. And then Tam also has to make a separate trip into Pedestal, right? I mean, like, again, like, this is going to be another entry into, like, the backup Skull Woods that Tam is going to have to take, and then, well, in this case, Zelga does not. So, yeah, I mean, all these kind of, like, to major to somewhat, minor to somewhat major, differences in this case, like, talk about efficiency, like, this is all where Zelga's basically time gain has. I think in terms of execution, they've both been playing for very, very well.
Oh, it's
Zelga
ridiculously good.
Yeah, and Zelga just happened to have to get the boots non-trivial amount of time before Tam did, so he had more opportunity to kind of showcase and try to make up a bit more time over Tam.
Yeah, it's really weird. It just, again, so much hindsight on a mode like this because you understand where everything is, and it's for the competitive sakes. Again, unfortunately, this is Tam's going to be Tam's second match, which means his fate might be sealed in the next couple of hours. Because depending on how the second match goes, he might be actually winning. So, just trying to make things work a little bit.
Right, and you mentioned in this case that, like, so the time differential still matters here, right, for tiebreakers, because we have one more round to go. Okay, so looks like Tam has maybe about a 5-minute deficit from Telethar's match.
Yes.
And then...
Telethar's loss to Gamma was less than... I don't remember what it was exactly, but it was less than... It was really close.
Well, good thing Race Minister Bob has posted basically all of the results and future times, of this. Okay, so it looks like it is 1 and 140, basically, like 145 for cross keys. Okay.
Yeah, let me look. I've got it here too. It was 44 seconds. So it's again, it's unfortunate. Again, there's nothing. Tam's run a great race here. I mean, all of these. If you can finish any of these full Hundo seeds in less than 2 hours, you feel good.
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely really, really good because like there's going to be some amount of variation between Hundo seed to Hundo seed, right? But I mean the amount of variation between them is going to be significantly less than just like a regular quote unquote whatever non-Hundo, right? Because you got to do everything, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So in this case, if you're Tam, you're going to be in the 150. You're going to be 2 minutes behind, maybe 3 minutes behind. Which means it's going to put you like 8 minutes behind total. in your tie breaks.
Yeah, which it's
It's not
certainly a
insurmountable.
tall mountain. Yeah,
It's
but it is
definitely
tall.
not insurmountable.
Yes.
So you're hoping for that 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 3-0 finish, the three-way tie, and then all you need is one person to lose by 10 minutes, and you're right back in it.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And you know, for what it's worth, like inverted cross keys isn't really like. I mean, cross keys in general can be, you know, it can be high variance.
yeah,
And I mean, certainly inverted can certainly throw like a good wrench into things as well.
reduced crystals is kind of an odd one, but you could
That's
also
a funny one.
it's interesting for the fact that you only need 6 crystals, but they could be any 6 crystals, which means you could, let's say, find like one person could find flippers and have to do all of like swamp versus somebody finding, I don't know, the way to get into desert, which is super quick. And
Yeah.
you get a couple minutes variance there, or you know, having an item that's buried behind an item early that makes you run dungeons that you don't want to run. So it's not that it can't be done, but I wouldn't expect any of these finishes in these next couple of races to be any more than 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's definitely not like Insanity entrance, right? We have
That's
a lot more
right.
variation.
Now inverted keys, it's a little screwy. It can be a little screwy with some of the logic on that, and you could get some bad deaths in some bunny walks, and you lose a lot of time that way.
Oh yeah, inverted. We love inverted, and then
Yep.
also I don't certainly expect this from either Tam nor Gamma to be kind of tripped up by, or you know, just some inverted things that you may not have thought about initially. Where it's like, oh yeah, that's true. That is something that you can do in inverted, right?
Mhm.
You know, like picking up the Smith or something, right? Like early, right, to be able to kind of capitalize on that efficiency. And well, if you don't do it, you know, it's not cheap to go back there, right, and pick up the Smith again. All right, we got a pet pull. This is our sword.
I bet it's a sword.
Yeah, good job, Zelga, for not reading the thing, because he would have definitely been coming down the hammer for more than one opportunity.
So what we're missing, a heart piece or 2 or something like that. I mean, it's not much, of course. We're missing 5 checks. We know we're 4 of them. Well, I mean, we know. So we get the shovel.
We get
so the route's
lumberjack.
gonna be,
Yeah.
It's lumberjack, shovel check. Tablet. Right. Neither one of them bombs. And then the pyramid fairy, which you're going to do pyramid fairy as you head to this. Here's something you don't see very often: popping that son of a bitch from the left.
Yeah, but this is fast ROM, right? Like, I don't remember seeing fast ROM really even lagging this much. Like, because Zelga got robbed by the thief, and like there was a significant pause, and also with the tree falling.
Yeah, I remember when I test ran this before it went live. Fast ROM, I found like 3 areas where I got any sort of lag. Like ice gave me a little bit of lag. I don't think I'd seen that one. And then of course your Trinix scares the shit out of you the first time you do it.
Yeah, Rocket Trinix.
It's like it's a bullet out of a gun.
That's right.
If you're not expecting a fast ROM, just I hope you don't have to pee because you just peed.
Yeah.
No, pick it up, Zelga.
Okay, he's played a long seed. You know, if we're 213 checks into this thing.
You're looking for it out. That was it right there.
Mm-hmm. You know, the first time, man. There's sometimes, I mean, again, like if you are not diligent about your bookkeeping, you know, even if we have the global counter, like the global counter is really only good as basically like a checksum, right? So at the very end, you think you have all of the checks done, but if you're at 215 or 214, you better make sure that you know how to scrub your mod to figure out,
it's like,
you know, how you.
If you're at 215 and your tracker's all checked off, yeah, you better pull up that BOD real fast.
I was actually wondering maybe if if it was easier like to type in things in chat, like for yourself or something, put down notes like, okay, like this is where, you know, this thing was or whatever. I don't know. I don't know how easy it is, but man.
We're still waiting for that last heart, so it's got to be a pyramid fairy.
Yeah. Okay. No. Okay. So what does Tam have left at this point? So Tam has
the 5 checks. So it's the same 5 checks that we just got over on the. So it's going to be he's doing. So Tam actually in the end routed this a little bit. The end game maybe saved a few seconds over Zelga, because they went and did the portal the whirlpool portal and maybe saved a few seconds that way.
Oh, right.
So maybe saved a few seconds. Unfortunately, again, it's well without the range. It's well beyond the range at this point. But yeah, it's Pyramid Fairy is 2, and then it's the shovel check and the lumberjack. So.
I'm actually wondering if Zelda remembered that there was Aga, because it definitely looked like he was going to like the regular route, and then now he remembered that there is in fact an Aga
that
portal.
The Aga's there,
yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's a long seed. I mean, your brain gets a little mush at this point. It doesn't matter how many times you've done this. So here's the important thing. And again, I apologize for even bringing this up earlier. We're about to get to fall apart.
It's true. Yeah.
I did not know. I did not.
Okay, Donka, the fact that you did not know, I think, you even said that you were not keeping up with League whatsoever, I think is absolutely credible at this point. So.
I'm gonna get so much shit later about that, but I did not know.
God, that was hilarious.
Last year at SGL, I lost in brackets because on the fourth silver, because my brain for whatever reason fired the silver first and then swung the sword. That's how I lost in brackets, and then I lost.
Oh my gosh, that's heartbreaking.
And then I got hit by a fire bat and fell off, and then a minute later my opponent finished.
Oh my gosh, Donka, I'm so sorry, dude.
Yeah, that's how I got knocked out in brackets at SGL last week.
Okay, all right. You know what? So you and Jem sounds like you could just go share Long Island or 3.
It happens to all of us. Again, it's being very nice.
Well, we got, we've got Gold Sword. Again, I don't know if Zelga and Tam know how to do this fight because it's like, part of the screen is so obfuscated because you have 20 whole hearts, but how are you supposed to see Ganon, on the screen?
That's crazy. That was a crazy fast kill.
All right, that is victory for
Zelda. If you blinked, you missed it.
No, did quite well this time. All right, yeah, very well done, Zelga. Yeah, big GG. So it looks like we have 155.18, extremely fast. Yeah,
that is so good. I mean, anything under 2.
Yeah, and I mean, this is what you get, for being clairvoyant.
Oh my God, did you see that bomb dupe?
Oh yeah, Tam. Yeah, I think that's the normal one.
Okay, I did not. He left it at the door.
Yeah. So basically, there's some like walking strat, or at least that's what I've seen some.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
That is stupid good.
Oh, that's not the normal? Okay.
I usually go a different way to do the bomb dupe, where I run around. It's okay if it's 100% safe and you just walk it. I haven't seen that move. That was really good. Speaking of really good, Zelga, how you doing? GG.
Yo, Zelga, GG's.
Yo, GG's. I didn't think I was gonna ever beat one of these under 2 hours, so hey, sick.
So, I have a question. Is your third eye strained? Because you put it through a lot of work on this one.
I will say that I felt good and bad about the boots in particular.
That's what we were talking about.
Okay.
Too.
Yeah.
What about the flute, dude?
Actually, the flute was worse.
God, I'm trying to remember where the flute even was.
The
first chest to Castle Tower. Oh yeah. So on that one, I was really restricted on where it could be. I thought I knew flute or lamp had to be like Uncle, first chest of the sewers, like first chest to Castle Tower, Sahasrahla Eastern. And I can't commit to Eastern, man. I was like, let's just go to the castle, see it's there. And
you couldn't go into Eastern without the.
We know. We were watching. We all knew you were skipping Eastern.
Yeah. Well, honestly, I felt bad when I found Bombos there because I was like, man, if you don't go into Turtle Rock at all, that's really nice time save. But I mean, at the same time, I don't feel too bad about how it all went. Yeah.
Tam is finishing just right now as well. 2 minutes and change. It's stupid close. You guys were. It was you were in parallel until you weren't, and then you really weren't until the very end.
Okay, I could definitely see getting flippers and getting to pot a little bit quicker than I did, because that felt a little gross, but at the same time, I felt pretty good once I got the hammer. Like, I didn't feel too bad about that one. But yeah, there's just... I guess the flute and the boots both earlier than I could have could definitely make a difference here.
Can you imagine going into Swamp Palace without the hammer, Zelda?
And full clearing it too.
Yeah.
Who would do that?
Who
You
would
both
do
did
that?
it.
Oh,
Speaking
GG's
of
Tam?
both, GG Tam.
GG.
Yo, GG's.
So yeah, we were just discussing how both of you, the early game was, I don't know, the first, 30, 40 minutes, I'm going to say. It was, obviously you're just stepping into each other's toes, with one exception, which was getting the flute, because Zelga, you got that super. And then you split apart, and then Tam made incremental gains until getting to the end, until we didn't know where the ice route was.
Okay. I mean, I could certainly see how that happened. I just felt so sure the ice route was going to be in GT basement, and then it wasn't, and then it still was. I was getting really nervous about some of the stuff I had kind of skipped, like Bombo's Tablet, Pyramid Fairy. But
Bombo's tablet was the one. That was the one we were all talking about, because neither one of you had checked it before going into GT.
okay.
It was kind of very difficult to check that at any point. I was just like, I'll do it at the end. Doesn't have anything.
Yeah, the swords were very awkward, and in a mode like this, it feels like you can't take the time to check what's on those tablets. Like, or at least Bombo's tablet just feels so slow to check it but not be able to get it. I don't know. This mode honestly just feels like who gets boots and flute faster for better mobility, and sounds like maybe me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was both, yes.
Obviously, I had like hints to where the flute was, but I just did the checks in the wrong order, I guess. I was kind of, I put off escape for an unreasonable amount of time, I think. Like, I should have just gone once I got the cape. That was the main reason I was holding out.
I don't think either one of you two had a small at the time. I think neither one of you had a small key when you were in. Zelga, I know you didn't. Tam, I don't think you did either. You
No,
didn't check the second key.
my
Yeah.
first key was quite late.
Yeah, it was like I said, it was getting really interesting at the end, because we were trying to figure out, who still had what to check. Obviously, we're watching the item trackers and trying to determine, where some time gains can be gained or lost. Yeah, it was. As much as it pains me to say it, a huge chunk of this, we were talking about this as Zelda's finishing, was not diving Easter without the big.
I thought you were about to say Skullwits.
Well, actually, no, both of you did a good job in checking Skullwits early. I commend you both. But even though the fact there was a required item, the Bombos being in Eastern, Tam, you got it long before Zelda. But there wasn't anything gated behind it, like at least directly behind it, and that was kind of, we were just waiting to see what would happen at that point, because that was where the time gain for the lack of boots, because I think Zelga, you had boots 20-30 minutes longer than Tam did.
Oh wow, then yeah, this is way too close for that type of time difference. So Tam must have been super gaming.
Oh, Tam, you made a great time.
154.
Well, actually, we're gonna see. So in-game, Zelga, yeah, your show's 57 minutes. Claire Mouse, help me out with this one. It had to have been at least 20 minutes.
Yeah, at least, yes. it was very late. But also like Tam, also you did Hera first and then Spike Cave. Zelga kind of in the other order too. And you did it, I think, at least 3 dungeons maybe before getting to the boots. Yeah.
I was being super greedy, and because I had like 3 Total keys and a Fire Road, I was just like, well, I'll find the Ice Road, and then the 4th key will be in Total Rock, and then I'll do everything on the mountain in one trip. So I did like all the dungeons and stuff before going up. But then I had like nothing good remaining, so I just went up to Hera.
Yeah, in my
Surprise.
position, I was thinking I wanted to do either Hera Spike Turtle Rock or Spike Hera Turtle Rock, and kind of last second I just went into Spike because I didn't have either rod because I didn't have Bombos, obviously, because of the Eastern Big in Hera, and you can't go into Eastern without it. So I was, I just basically got completely lucky on the item order, I think. And by the time I got back up there to Hera, going into Turtle Rock versus going back off for Eastern, looking for Fire Rod or Bombos one, felt like just go to Turtle Rock. So I was really worried near the end game that me double and kind of quasi triple dipping Turtle Rock could have been a big deal.
I absolutely would not have gone into Eastern if I wasn't like pretty sure that the flute was in there. So from that perspective, finding the lamp was actually kind of a bait. But
Oh, I didn't think of that.
yeah,
Yeah, because
I
you both had been up to.
sequence bricked the mountain.
Yeah, you both were up there early, up at the mountain, so you knew that it was out there somewhere. That's a. I didn't think of that reasoning for doing that the way you did.
I was spam clicking the flute on my tracker when I went into Eastern to show you.
Yeah, that's what got me to the castle quicker was just knowing lamp or flute kind of had to be really restricted. If it's lamp, it's kind of whatever. If it's flute, that's huge. So and I got lucky with the flute.
Yeah, that makes total sense now in hindsight. So, well, I guess where we're at right now. So, Tam, this is your second match. 'Cause you play your third tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, you play
Yeah,
tonight. You
third
play
Tonight,
in
tonight.
1
yeah.
You're the
hour.
play tonight, right? You
Tam,
play
you're
in
such a
like
trooper.
an hour, yeah.
This mode never takes more than 2 hours, so
Yeah,
most of it.
it's very the fact that you both finished this in under 2 hours is kind of ridiculous. Um,
That's why they're in the Megatational,
I know
Duncan. Like, you don't, yeah.
exactly. So, so Tammy, you play it later tonight. This will be your last match against Gamma,
My
Gamma.
best of 3 with Gamma, where I'm
Yeah,
down
yeah.
0-2.
So
I
that was
really,
Inverted Cross
really
Keys. We will
yeah.
be restreaming that one as well here. Again, it'll be within the next hour. You definitely need to win that one,
I
and
need
then
to
just kind
win,
of
and then
sit
I
it
need
out.
Zelga to go 3-0. That's the only
Yeah,
way.
we're
Okay,
looking at a
Zelga. Good luck tomorrow.
Yeah, good
You
luck,
can do it.
Zelga.
I believe in you.
Yeah, Zelga's both his matches are tomorrow. Um, so yeah, we will see that one here within the next hour. That one is going to be Inverted Cross Keys. And then yeah, Zelga, your two matches are tomorrow. You got Retrance first, and then Reduced Crystals in the evening. Um, you're going to be on your own on the first one because you guys scheduled during football, man. So we can't do that. And then yeah, the second one we'll try to get on if we can. So and then yeah, we'll see. I guess we see where the chips lie. So, question for you, both of you, because you both have been through this for 3 weeks now. Give me an opinion on this mode. The way that the mixed mode works is it yay, nay? How are you guys liking this?
I think you should force people to pick more interesting modes. My my week 1 group was 2 casual boots races and 2 cross keys races. We have a billion boot start modes already. Like, no, I mean, I super duper like it. I really like all the mode variety. And I'm a big fan of the invitationals as a whole, so I'm very on board.
Yeah, I would just pretty much second all that. It's really cool getting to play all the various modes. Like I haven't had any duplicate modes yet show up that I've been playing through all these. It's been a lot of fun, and I'm just really glad to have been able to take part. And it's really cool that we can kind of just choose our modes as we go. I will say that kind of like Tam, I had the opposite experience in my first group having like Insanity and some other things, but it's been a lot of fun, and I'm glad that I think it's gone over well personally, and I get the impression a lot of people feel the same in terms of the participants. So, GG's Dunka. I think this is great.
Yeah, no, and I've been. I get the same feeling. I hadn't really had a chance to chat with anybody at this stage, so was definitely interested in seeing you guys hearing your feedback and all that. It's something that we'll consider doing at some point down the road. We were talking earlier today. We already have like 2024. We have the schedule already set up for like almost all of 2024, including invitationals and all that jazz. So, um, but uh, but yeah, no, this is good. This is good feedback. So I appreciate that. Um, but yeah, so yeah, we like I said, we have another match coming up here in about 50 some minutes. Tam, get a refresher. Do what you got to do to to perk up. This next one's going to be super important for you. Um, Zelgi, you get to sleep it off and try it again tomorrow.
Yeah, best of luck, Tim, on your last race. Hopefully, you can get one on the board against Gamma. And then, yeah, I'll look forward to tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll see where it goes
Best
from
of
there.
luck to you as well.
Great. So thanks
Triple
both of
lucky
you.
then.
Yes, yes. Well, I like to see where the chips lay after 3 or 4 matches because it makes things really interesting. So, um, fantastic. So again, GG to both of you, and I am going to step away for just a moment. Clear Mouse, do you want to send us home? And yeah, and then we'll be back in about 50 minutes.
Yeah, I'm already home, so my work is, at least for me, is done. But thank you everyone for so much for watching. It was a lot of fun for Hundo, and we also saw. Thank you so much, Tam and Zelga. You guys are, despite not having boosts for the first like 100 some odd checks, you ran through the seed in under 2 hours, which is an incredible feat. But thank you guys so much for racing. Always a pleasure to be able to talk for you, about you. I'm sure everything that we all said was super positive, so definitely don't, take things personally. No, it was a lot of fun. But thank you guys so much. It was a lot of fun, and best of luck, of course, to you, Tam, tonight. Sorry, and then Zelga for your 2 matches tomorrow. And yeah, like Duncan said, 50 minutes. They're gonna be back here for Tam versus Gamma for Vertic Cross Keys, and of course, big thanks to the mimes that Duncan apparently found on the streets to do all the tracking for us because these guys worked overtime because we literally clicked everything on the on the screen. And then of course, thank you so much, Duncan. You do everything else like restream, commentator, race administrator, manager, like everything. Nothing about any of the latter would exist without you. Cannot express the appreciation, cannot understate the appreciation that we all have for you. So thank you.
I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I mean, yeah, until then, okay, 48 minutes. All right, because we've taken up more time. So until then, yeah, just grab some popcorn, and then Duncan will be back here, restreaming at least. Who's on commentary? Tracy and Roz?
Tracy and Roz.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Yeah, and then it's gonna be some Verticroski. So come on in and settle in with a nice blanket.